It's all the other people that are coming, like, because people are doing this now more frequently.
Yeah.
People are, instead of switching away, people are switching towards Britain because things like Olympics and them being from smaller islands and etc. etc.
Yeah, that's tough.
And people were slamming man for it a couple years ago. Oh, plastic Brits. Now they're loving it.
Yeah,
they're loving them, man. It has consequences, and you don't feel the consequences if you're training with people that are not beneath you, but like lesser in ability to you at the present moment in time, or if you're on your own. Everyone looks sexy when they run on their own. Everyone, I promise you. If you go and put a video on Instagram and you're running solo in slow motion, the man do
what, slow pro app?
Yeah.
Slow pro coach.
You know what it's in the bottom? It's got the watermark. There's a point in the second film where man is he's fighting spoilers.
Bolo.
Yeah.
Bolo man.
He's fighting Bolo man, isn't it? Drago's son, and he's just waxing him like bow, 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 and it was such a like cathartic moment for me in the cinema in front. Just boom, bam, started crying. So I'm crying, but I'm not crying like super quietly. So I'm, when you cry. And
because the cinema's quiet, everyone can hear you.
It would have been tight because I don't have a printer in my house, No black people have printers that work in their house, I promise you. I don't know why, it's a fact.
I just fixed mine.
I ain't got ink.
I was gonna say, if I have a printer, you have ink, do you have paper? Is it connected?
I literally just bought my ink last week.
How long have you had it for?
About 3 years.
I got into football because my dad was also an Arsenal fan.
Okay.
And he was like really invested in obviously what's going on and all of that. But he was ill at the time. So I remember we watched the Champions League final together. Obviously we lost 2-1, all of that. And not too long after that, maybe like a month after that, he passed away.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, oh, this is long. Like we were getting really close over this football thing. Let me try and stay in football to kind of stay close to like his spirit.
Yeah.
Which is a lovely thought. It's really touching for a 9-year-old to have. Unfortunately, that thought doesn't come with footballing ability. So you can play football, but you might not be very good at it.
Thank you to Inspired Through Sports for putting this together. Today we have Reuben Arthur. We are Reflex Productionz. I am Armani alongside Victor. Today is going to be a very, very good day.
Yeah.
I think nice day still.
From the previous conversations that we've had just before we've gone live, this is going to be a very, very, very nice interview. This sounds nice and chilled, and there's a lot of information that I've taken in so far, and I'm like, yo, is this what's really been happening? So before we go into it, just introduce yourself, let everyone know what the deal is, man. I'm
Reuben Arthur, 22 years old currently. Obviously YouTube, internet's forever, so whenever you watch this, boy, 22 in 2019. I'm a sprinter, I'm from London, Dalston to be exact, northeast. Yeah, man, I'm really happy to be here. I think it's gonna be really fun. I genuinely think I'm gonna have better fun today.
Oh, great.
Cool. So for 2019,
yes,
obviously we're kind of deep into the season.
Yep.
Even though it's a long season. How's things been going for you? What can we look forward to? What have you got planned?
Things have been going all right. Like, I think the nature of the sport is hilarious. Like, you can have such a good season maybe a year before, and things just flip like that. Nothing's changed in your life or what you're doing, but like, it's just not coming together. So for a couple of races, it wasn't coming together at the beginning, but I have faith in myself and my ability. So I knew it would come together at some point. Currently, I'm like 13th in the country, which is all right. Not too far off the world champ standard. I already got the invitation for trials, but they kind of give them out in Britain.
Okay, cool. So if I go run a 13 flat, can I come?
In the hurdles, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we got that. Don't worry. I mean, my hamstrings are
a bit tight.
My hips are a bit tight. I don't know if I can get over the hurdle the same way that someone is.
You go to September, innit?
You got a long time.
You got spaces in your group.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
We'll work something out.
We'll work something out after. Talk about it after. But yeah, no. Obviously, it's going okay. It's trending upwards. What we can look forward to. Obviously trials, that's in late August, so that'll be a big event. Working on like patterning a few things with my races before then. But yeah, you'll just see me out here doing stuff.
Okay, so traditionally trials are around now time, into a couple, maybe next week or so.
Yeah.
Having it in August, how has that affected like your training compared to what you're used to from the last few years? It's
kind of just made everything feel a little bit longer.
Okay.
normally you would know what your year's gonna look like at this point in time.
Yeah.
All the age group champs are done. So
Yeah.
like if that's, you know, your under 23s, your Europeans, your worlds, whatever, it'd be done by now.
Yeah.
You'd know if you're going to trials and you're going to try and aim to be on the team or just go for the experience.
Yeah.
Or you'd know if, you know, it's time to like have some downtime, get ready for carnival in August.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
You'll have to hit me up on that one.
of course. Unfortunately, with it being in August now, it's just pushed everything a little bit back. And what some people, wind is a mad thing. What some people have are failing to understand or conceptualize right now is that the performances they're having this July might be better compared to the ones they had last June.
Okay.
Because obviously everything's a month pushed back now. So some people are like, oh, but it's June and I'm running this, I'm running dead. Big man, this is last year's May.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
where
true.
the season would have started. So things will take a little bit longer to come together. I think it's making me personally a bit more patient in my approach.
Yeah.
Making me take a bit more time with everything. And just like chill, like relax. I know that the speed will come. Like I said, this is now July, but it's last year's June. Last year's June, I was shelling.
Okay.
Well, not last year, the year before last year, June, I was shelling. Last year was a bad year for me. We don't have to talk about that. No, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. But,
cool.
But yeah, yeah, man. So my preparation's going all right. It's trending the right way, and that's all I can divulge at the present moment.
How have you worked that out with your coach? You didn't do the indoor season this year.
Oh no, I did it. I just did it badly. It'd be like that.
Because the indoor season.
Yeah.
How would you have planned from after the indoor season?
So what the proposed plan before the year was, before the year actually happened, we sat down as a group and we're like, all right, cool. We're going to do indoors, but there's going to be a big break between indoors and outdoors.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you the option to take a couple of weeks off. After everyone does their indoor things, you know, we can relax, reset a little bit, and then come back. Because you don't want to get bogged down with training. Then you start resenting being here. It's like, it feels like one big slog. Obviously, that's if the things went to plan. So they didn't go the way that I would have loved for them to go. They just went the way that they went. And I have to accept what happens. So me personally, I was like, no, I don't need to take time off. I didn't do anything so substantial, so taxing that I want to be away from this right now. I'd rather go back to work and sort stuff out so that outdoors, we don't have this problem.
Yeah.
Why, if you don't mind me asking, why do you think that is? Like, I know indoors is such a hard thing here because if we do it on stateside, like they're basically running from like maybe late November, early December. Yeah. Whereas off here, there's a couple of open meets in December, but nothing really gets going.
It's one in January, isn't it?
Mid-January. Yeah. You've got like first champs, which is South of England, which is quite a tough championship to go to. And then by the end of February, early March, you're done.
Yes.
Like it's such a short space of time to get stuff done. Is it worth it? I
think it's going to be an individual basis. Like some people will swear by indoors. They swear that it helps them get prepared for the outdoor season. They swear that it's their better event.
Okay.
And if that's the case, by all means, do your thing. Like, there's money to be made on the indoor circuit, especially for like us as a European country.
Yeah.
A lot of the like Jamaicans and some Americans will be bogged down with collegiate stuff, so they're not really going to compete.
Yeah.
Not to say that man are ducking, man, but if they're not there, it's a lot easier for some people to go into certain meets, get into certain lanes, get races, and go earn your money. There's not an ample amount of money in the sport, so any opportunity you can have to get it, go get it. Me personally, I'm trash at indoors, so I use it for certain things. I use it to work on acceleration or to work on this or that or whatever, just to be competitive and not be bored. To break up the monotony. So I can see how some people would love indoors. Me personally, I'm not really a mad fan of it, but it's like you said, it's such a short space of time, and in our event, the 60, that's even a shorter amount than the shortest event ever. Yeah. So now, if you make a mistake at some point in the race, it affects more of the race.
I mean, there is no time to make a mistake.
No, that's the thing.
If you mess it up at the start,
man are gone, and they're not coming back. There's some people be like, oh yeah, in 100, be like, oh yeah, you know, my start was bad, but then I caught them at 70. Big man, the race is done at 60. There's no 70 catching nowhere.
I mean, you said like you don't enjoy like 60. It's not your thing. Someone else in British athletics, someone who was a European indoor champ, around 642. I'm not gonna say no names.
Yeah.
He was also on that wave of not really liking indoors, and then he came back and basically like rejuvenated his career over that indoor period as well as outdoors. Yeah. So is that something that we could potentially see as a change where like obviously we can't determine the future, we can't see what's happening, but that could be a thing where,
Yeah.
I don't know, 2025.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
Man's out on
just
the
dropping
indoors.
six fours,
Yeah,
six
man.
fives.
I mean, I do not see why not. Like you said, it's other people have used it in their careers, and especially if you're going for longevity in this sport, you're gonna need to do something new. You're gonna need to try something new at some point.
Different.
Yeah.
Something different, man. So I don't see why not. At some point, I might just be like, cool, I'm gonna dedicate a lot of my energy to this and to getting this right and to being better at this. And it might even lend itself, in 100 outdoors in that season. But yeah, at present, that is not a plan of mine.
Can I ask, what time did you run this year?
This year?
Indoors? Yeah.
669.
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all. It's not bad at all.
669 and your PB is
668.
that's pretty decent. That's more than what I'm saying. It's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
I'm saying that. I'm saying it like, yo, that's alright.
no, but like, it's actually nearly my best ever.
It's good. That's a good run.
You know what it is, right? In my group alone, there's like, in every group there will be this. Every group of sprinters, there'll be like people who tend to prefer the start and people who tend the back end.
Yeah.
And stereotypically in this sport, it's like, oh, you're short. You should be really good at the front end of the race. Oh, you should be really good at 60. If you ask me which one I prefer out of 60 and 100, I'll say 100. And I'll be like, why? I'll be like, oh, there's more to make up like in the back end. But you're short. Man, don't worry about what I am. I'll do that. But in my group, all the short man them, so I train with people like Theo Etienne and Sean Safa Entry.
Yeah.
These are not just like, people who are all right at 60. This is a European and world indoor finalist, both of them. So when I'm doing things with them, like training them, and I'm like, bro, these men are actually battering me to this place, this 40 or 50 or wherever we're going. I'm like, these men are actually on me. Might not even be that for me, it might not be that for me right now. So yeah, it's one of them things.
Does that kind of add to the whole, I don't really like 60, because if you're running with people that are bossing this, and then you're kind of feeling like, it might not even be that far. It might be like a meter or
it's probably not even that.
Let's say maybe a half a meter.
Yeah.
But if it's consistently happening, does that then start playing in mind like, yeah, I really don't like this? Because like you said, there is that stereotype that, oh, well, if you're like 5'8" to 6'1", you can start. But
right, is that the thing?
I think it's more like 5'8" to like 5'11", but we'll throw in a 6 foot.
Boy, I'm finished, because see me, look at me on the camera. I'm 5'6" Yeah.
He's wearing stilts, guys. We've got him on a pillow. He's at 5'4" and a few inches.
It's long,
but I mean, like.
But yeah. It's definitely something that it factors in to a degree. Yeah. So it's like, don't put me in that box. I don't want to be in that box of, I'm short, so I have to do this. You know what, Bunny, I'm not going to do it anyway. But at the same time, like you said, it's not, I made it out to seem like it's a big difference. It's not a big difference in the grand scheme of things. Like someone else will be really happy with the difference that they have between two elite sprinters like that. Yeah. I mean, I'm just like, I know my strengths lie elsewhere. And I think that's all right. I think you're allowed to, you should be allowed to be like,
isn't it? Like, know your weaknesses and work on your strengths.
Yeah, of course. But some people have this mentality, especially like in this sport, where it's like, no, you need to be good at everything. Alright, cool, but that's not realistic. Some people are not good at everything. Yeah. And obviously we can all be better at certain things, but I would prefer to use my time, my limited time, to invest that into what I'm good at and make that better, rather than look at something I'm not too good at and try and make that a little bit better than bad. Okay.
Yeah, I understand that. So we've got to ask the question, and this is like a standard question for anywhere. Starting out in sport, where did it happen? How did it happen? Who made it happen?
Okay, so full disclosure, I didn't really like sport when I was growing up. Okay. I was more academic. So I'm a Ghanaian. I was raised in a Ghanaian household by my two loving parents, and they like pushed academia on us. Not in a bad way, but like very much, you have free time? Oh, have a book. Okay, that kind of way. And so I grew up not even thinking about sport in any way, shape or form. Yeah. I remember I got to like year 4, like around that time, and I was old enough to like be aware that I was sharing the playground with boys and girls. So my thinking was, right, all these boys are using their break time to go play football, but they're leaving all the girls alone. So if someone were to not join in with football, they'd be able to spend more time with the girls. Yeah. So I took that burden upon myself, to help out everyone else in the playground.
So you started young. You started young.
Yeah, man. I mean, I wanna toot my horn or anything, but yeah, like I used my break time and stuff like that to things like that. It was only when I was in year 4, funnily enough, Arsenal fan. I was born in Highbury. Okay. 2006 was a big year for us.
Yeah.
Champions League final. The last time we went to a Champions League final, and the last time that I want to acknowledge,
I'm not even trying to have this conversation because
it's definitely a tough time.
Tears might roll. I'm not gonna lie.
It's the last time I want to acknowledge that we were in Europe in a final. And then we'll leave it at that. But
it ain't been a thing.
No, really long time.
Real long time.
But yeah, so I got into football because my dad was also an Arsenal fan. Okay. And he was like really invested in obviously what's going on and all of that. But he was ill at the time. So I remember we watched the Champions League final together. Obviously we lost 2-1, all of that. And not too long after that, maybe like a month after that, he passed away.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, oh, this is long. Like we were getting really close over this football thing. Let me try and stay in football to kind of stay close to like his spirit.
Yeah.
Which is a lovely thought. It's really touching for a 9-year-old to have. Unfortunately, that thought doesn't come with footballing ability. So you can play football, but you might not be very good at it.
Okay.
So I was playing football from like year 5, year 4, year 5, year 6, year 7. Got to secondary school, went to year 7.
Yeah. I'm
kicking ball. I'm on the school football team, and obviously everyone plays football in winter, innit?
Yeah.
Football and rugby, and then when summer comes, you do athletics.
Yeah.
So after the football season, my PE teacher was like, "Reuben, you're pretty quick, innit?" I was like, yeah, you know, not too bad. But no, but like you've been really good for us. Like I was playing centre back. The ball used to come over the top. Yeah, just run down, lump it out,
wing it out.
Like Reuben, if the ball goes over everyone, you need to get it. You need to kick it out. I said, boy, I could do that. You know,
that's a standard London teacher as well.
Fam, standard things. So obviously when track season came around, he was like, yeah, go into track. So I went to like Borough Sports, which is in Lee Valley where we're at now.
Yeah.
Did a race, won it. I was like, cool. This is me. I'm done. Like, I'm going to do this from now. Joined Enfield and Haringey, which is a club that's based here. Did a couple races, and then, yeah, took off, and now we're here.
Okay, so, I mean, that period where you, like, just started, what was it like? 'Cause now you're the kid who does athletics.
Yeah.
You're the unique one because football is common.
Yes. 100%.
Basketball was kind of common. Mm-hmm. Athletics, even to this day, is still like, oh, you do athletics? Swear down. Yeah. I mean, I could beat you, but...
100%. 100%. That's always the conversation. It got me a lot of things. First and foremost, I went to all-boys school.
Okay.
Come to athletics, you get to see girls.
Yeah.
So I was like, what's the thing?
Gallus?
Not even the Gallus. No, that's not the terminology I want to use.
Horner man.
No. I was the guy. Yeah? I was like, what's that? I was like the missionary. So I went out and I discovered this new land for the man. Them. I came back and said, yo, I said, man, all you gotta do is run a little bit or throw a little bit or jump a little bit. There's girls there. Man, like, swear down. So all the man them came through. All that. It was wavy. Not only that, it was sick, man. It was the thing. I'm telling you, like.
Track Tinder. Is what I'm gonna call that.
I was track Tinder essentially. I was telling man them to swipe
locations.
I was giving them the locations, bro. But yeah, like above that, it got me like respect in a weird way. Mm-hmm. It was something that I'd always been quick. I didn't really think anything of it, but like I used to get people when I was in year 7. People in the school like years above will come up to me and be like, "Yo," like, "Hi."
Yeah.
But you're the kid that runs in it. Mm-hmm. And I respect that still. I do your thing, man. Don't be like me. All of that, I'm like, rah.
Don't be like me. And they're still in school, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you still have time to change.
Oh, yeah. No.
Alright, cool. It was alright.
Year 10s and all of them things like, yeah, man. I know, I respect that. I don't touch that you know. He's running, you know, Olympics and them things. I said, I'm definitely 12 years old. But thank you for the protection.
It's always necessary.
100%. But yeah, no, it was weird because it was like, I remember growing up, obviously, with my boys, you grow up with your man them.
Yeah.
And they were all like, yeah, man, I'm going to go play in the Premier League. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Getting trials for Spurs, getting trials for Arsenal, getting trials for this. And I was like, yeah, man, I went to the YDL on the weekend. I ran a PB. And they're like, what's a PB? I was like, a personal best. Like, why don't you just say that? I'm like, oh, sort of thing.
It's track terminology.
That's what we say in track.
So it's a track thing. Like, you wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand these things.
Yeah, but like, it was new and it was exciting and it was fun. Yeah. And I liked that it was different because it was something that people had to take notice of. It was like, right, you do track, tell me about that. Like, what do you do? Like, what's this? What's that? Why do you wear the shoes with the spikes on it? Why do you have to wear the vest? I was happy to talk about it.
How many times do you train?
Yeah, all
we
of them
didn't train
things.
that many times, yeah.
Because it was so common practice for like people who play for football teams. Like, we play Sunday league teams, so we train on a Tuesday and a Thursday, and we have a match on Sunday. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So when I'm saying, well, when I got later on, I'm like, so I'm doing GCSEs, I'm going to the track. I'm going to the track after this, I'm going to that. I was like, you're training bare, So I have to. Yeah. That's just how it works. That's how it goes in this sport. You don't have a choice,
So, first major championships outside of like county schools and stuff. I believe, now you can correct me if I'm wrong.
I will do.
It will be around 2011.
Yeah.
2011 English schools.
Yeah.
Right. So I remember. So I knew who you were from then. So I remember seeing Reuben on TV, and like he just seemed like now full of smiles, full of energy.
Yeah, man.
And one of the things that kind of stood out to me, I think the commentator said something like, "What did you expect? Like when you came here?" And it like the confidence that came out as a medal. I was coming for a medal. Like it was just, like there was so much confidence with it. It was one of those, this kid might have it. Like this kid's gonna have it. And I'm saying the kid, like he's 22 years old. He's not a kid. But at the time, I think I'm a little bit older, so I was kind of like, okay, like he's coming through. And it was around like 11 dead, 11-1 times, and under 15. Anytime you see something that's sub 11, like 11-3, you're gonna notice.
Yeah.
So what was that like? First championships, big stadium. It's on Sky Sports.
That whole.
Can we even mention Sky Sports? Alright, cool.
I want to make sure. Don't want to get everything copyright done.
I'm just gonna throw that out there.
No, Andy said Sky Sports, so it's cool. Andy said it's still up there, so it's alright. Cool. No, that champs was nuts for me, man. Like, I think, obviously getting into the sport, you're like, I want to go to do this. But when you do something like English schools, it sits in, like, this is real. Like, things can actually happen from this. You can actually go and do things from this. Like, it was a very small thing, but I was leaving London to go and race. I was in Newcastle.
First time in an hotel as well with your team. And
I mean, granted, it wasn't a hotel. It was definitely like uni accommodation. But they started leveling up after that. But like, just that whole experience was nuts. And I only learned about English schools the year before.
Okay.
So I remember I was training with some people and they were talking about something. Yeah, I'm gonna go to English schools. So what's that? It's like, it's a competition. Everyone in England gets together, and I was like, I want to go.
Yeah.
I think the entry standard was like 11. I want to say it was 11.5. Argument's sake.
Sounds about right.
I'd say it was 11.5. In fact, I don't even think it was that. Maybe it was like 11.5, 11.6. Cool. So I've gone and run like around the time, and I didn't get in. And I was like, but why? Like, I thought I'd done everything that they asked of me.
Yeah.
So I was really upset. Like, but these times I'm a year young to go to English schools.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't understand why I'm not there. Telling my coach, he's like, no, don't worry. Like, it's going to be all right. We'll work on next year. I said, cool. At the end of that season, I got to race the person that won my event.
Yeah.
So George Perkins, he plays for England now. He's rugby.
Yeah.
He realised that athletics ain't the thing. I said, so I'm looking at him on the start and I'm like, I'm going to beat him today, now. And I did. And I was like, might just be the English schools champion, I was feeling a bit bossy. Like, this is really cool. So the next year, obviously, I worked hard, made the trials, ran for Middlesex, got up there. And no one told me it was on Sky Sports.
Okay.
So I didn't know because the heats and the semis the day before, they weren't on Sky Sports.
Yeah.
So I'm all like racing. I remember I'm on BBM like telling all the man them like, yo, like man's doing all right still. Telling all my my links, my female friends.
Yeah.
I'm informing my female friends that I'm doing all right. I'm bro. No, I miss you. I'm not even going for that long. Don't worry about it, babes. And then someone told me about Sky Sports, and it kind of went over my head because like, well, my family doesn't have Sky anyway. We're cool. Like it's whatever. We don't have Sky Sports. My mum ain't paying for that.
Yeah.
So I've run the heat. I ran 11.3.
Yeah.
I ran a semi. I ran 11.2. So I'm PBing all the rounds. And like I wasn't in the top 5. I wasn't in the top 3 at the time. But then by that point I was.
Yeah.
So people were looking like, right, what's this guy doing over here? Like, what's going on? And then that night, I called my mum and said, yeah, mum, I'm through to the final. She's like, yeah, well, guess what? The Sky man came around to fix something. And I was like, is there any chance that you can just give us Sky Sports for the weekend? And she was like, why? No, my son's racing on Sky Sports. So like, yeah, I'll do it for you. So we have Sky Sports, so good luck. And I was like, wait,
so it's your mum that
Pressure
told
is
you?
real.
Yeah, my mum told me we had Sky Sports. And I was like, so you've never seen, my mum has never seen me run before this point. The first time my mum was going to see me run would be the English schools final. I was like, cool, so now I've got to show out.
Yeah.
I have to win.
Everyone's watching.
I have to win. I need to win. Like, I have to do it. So now we're on the line now. and I'm all like nervous, whatever. And the camera comes on the person in lane 3, and that's my boy, and he's like, oh yeah, cool. Goes on guy in lane 4 now, and I'm not gonna say his name because I'm not really trying to tap names too tough in it.
Yeah.
But he will know that I'm talking about him, and anyone who knows me and knows him and knows the thing will know I'm talking about him. And if you want, you can go find English School's video on YouTube. Go and watch it. So he's looked to the side at my boy, and he's looked at me, and he looks at the camera, and he's just like, nah, like that man ain't gonna beat me.
Okay.
But obviously, I can see him. I'm looking at him do that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so now I have to beat you, innit? Cool. Say nothing. So I remember I'm like, oh, cool. I'm in the blocks now. I'm like, I need to win. I was thinking so much about winning. The gun goes. I'm like, I've started stumbling. I was like, oh my God, you're going to fall over on TV. You did all of this. I need to win. And I'm going to fall over. No, it's not that, Reuben. Get up. So I'm hauling myself up.
Yeah.
I get to like 40 meters. I'm like, I can catch him. It's 60 meters. I'm like, I'm going to catch him. At 80 meters, I'm like, I'm going past him. It's that.
Yeah.
So I'm going past him. Now I'm just gassed. And I couldn't even think straight. I went to go congratulate everyone for the race. Like, yeah, man,
and
good
then
luck.
start screaming.
I didn't even scream. I just looked at the camera. I just went, like, because I've grown up watching these man, like watching Maurice Green and all of them kind of antics. Yeah. So I'm like, cool. Then the cameraman comes to me. He's like, oh, Reuben, it was a great race. What did you come and expect? I was like, a medal?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I can't lie to you. People are like, I'm just here to have fun. No, I was there to get a medal. So I was like, yeah, I wanted a medal. But to get a gold, it's a blessing. And like, I was just so happy. And I was like, she was saying stuff to me. I was answering them, whatever. I can't remember what I said. And I remember the thing ended. I just looked at the camera. I just went, hi, mum. And I walked off. And then all the man on my face went, oh my God, he's so cute. He said hi to his mum. I was like, fam, like, it's so important to like, I think Andy touched on this in the previous thing he was talking about, like the people that are there for you, like not because you're doing well, just because they like you, they care about you, they invested in you. You have to remind them when you can, like, I do this for you, you know.
Yeah.
I do this for you. So yeah, I remember getting back. My mum was gassed. Like, oh, we're gonna have a party for you. I was like, yeah, man.
I'm gonna ask you a note on English schools.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you've done previously, but this is a point where you've now got, oh, mum, I'm going to this competition. Oh, okay, where is it? It's in Newcastle, but I'm staying over. How did that conversation go?
Listen.
Because even now, I'm like, yeah, mum, we're going out. Where you going? Who you going with? What time you coming back? Oh, yeah. I'm 20 years old.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
at 14,
It's done.
I can only imagine, so please.
So I get the letter, because obviously them times you get like a letter.
Yeah.
Says, congratulations, Reuben. You will be going for the 100 meters. So I show my mum. She's like, oh, this is amazing. Like, when is it? I'm like, it's whenever it is. She's like, oh, yeah, so how are you getting there? I was like, oh, we're going on a coach. She's like, coach? Pardon me. Like, yeah. So where are you going? She's like, Newcastle. And she was like, are you, am I going with you as well? I said, no, mum, it's just me and the team and we're going together. And she was like, I said, what do you mean, She's like, don't do any nonsense when you're over there, you know. I said, what do you mean, mum? I'm 14 years old.
I mean, 14 at track and field, it's pretty significant age. I'm just saying. I mean, you don't have to answer the question, but I know about it.
Listen, I know.
I got friends.
I know what I was on at 14, and I know that my mom's gonna watch this video. So,
Mom, I'm sorry. I am not trying to incriminate your child. It's all love and respect, honestly.
No, but yeah, she was a bit apprehensive. Just even like you said, even now she doesn't like me going out and staying places. But I think she understood what it meant to me, the person, and me, the athlete at that point in my life. It was such a big thing. She was like, "Yeah, man, I'll pray for you. Go do your thing." Like, and she trusted me to do what I did eventually and win it and bring it back. She was happy when I got back though. She was very happy when I got back.
Of course.
Like, now you're in my house, I can see what you're doing.
It's like 2 days. And it's a long 2 days as well.
Very long 2 days.
Because, I mean, obviously you're away with people that she doesn't know.
Of course, yeah.
You know some of these people.
Yeah.
Because of school or just track in general.
Yeah.
But then even like the adults that you're with, like,
yeah.
I mean, this is a random teacher from a next school.
Yes, exactly.
So I can understand like the issues that would come with that.
Yeah.
But obviously, under 15, gold medalist. Then you move up an age group and you're younger again.
Yes.
There's always that thing where when you go into the next age group and you start from level 1 again, it's quite hard.
Yeah.
Was that transition something that was quite easy at the time, or was it like the general, okay, I've gone up an age group, I'm at the bottom, and it's back to hard work?
Especially coming up
older
with
people.
like knowing the times people are running at that age group and knowing you're the champion, people expect something. Like, not like they expect you to show
at least
up,
do something,
at
right?
least come to the final.
Yeah.
Because you've been a previous winner.
100%.
So what was that like?
It was probably the most frustrating season I've ever had in my life, in my whole life. So I ended that year, the English schools year, running 11:03 as under 15. That's amazing. Like, it's not amazing. I'm not going to toot my own horn. It's good. Like, obviously, there's been many children who have come past and done amazing things at 14 years old.
Yeah.
But it was a good time at that time, innit? More importantly, it was on the cusp of a new bracket. Like, you're now 11-0. That means 10 is around the corner.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, cool. The natural progression of this is for me to now run sub 10. I'm sub 11.
Yeah.
I'll open that season up on 11:06 or something like that. Okay. Then I ran 11:07. Then I ran 11:03. All the 11:0s, every 11:0 that you can think of running, I ran in that season. And I was like, it's just not going to happen for me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to run. I don't know what's going to go. What can I do? What more can I do to do this? I'm like, cool, whatever, man. Let's see what happens. I get to English schools. Like you said, I'm thinking, I was going to be calm because I won last year. I get there. I'm already a short guy. I wasn't as muscular as I am now. I'm some small, weedy kid. I'm looking around. These men they look like men to me. Like, George Perkins is there. There's some like big bolo guys. I'm like, this is going to be techie, innit? So I was just like, look, I can't think about them, man, right now. I just have to trust in my ability and my coach and everything that I've done up to this point. So I made the final. I came 7th. But I made the final, and for me, that was enough achievement. I was like, look, I'm cool. I'll go back to work, and I'll just see what happens. Hopefully, the sub 11 will come. And I stopped thinking about it. I stopped thinking about the sub 11 completely. I was like, bro, I just want to run fast and have fun.
Yeah.
I get to so we have English schools, and then we have English champs, the age group champs at the end of the year. So I get there, and I'm like, look, at this point, don't even care what happens. I'm just gonna run. Boom, run in the heat, 10:82. I said, what is this? What is this feeling that I'm experiencing? I skipped the 10:9 completely. I thought it was going to be a squeaky thing. I went, basically ran 10:7.
Yeah.
So it's like, that taught me a lot going forward. Like, sometimes, obviously, everyone wants to do well. Sometimes you might want it too much. You got to chill out and just let it come to you.
Sometimes the patience is needed.
100%.
Because that's the thing with nowadays. Every competition, it seems like there's a pressure for the good person, like the best person in that age group to win. Yeah. And then, the media follows you as you're growing up. And then the pressure comes with, so what are you going to do today? Everyone's eyes is on you.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that pressure? Like, I know coming into your under 20s, under 23s, you've done some amazing things. How did you take all that pressure from, understanding yourself in the under 17s and then coming up into that age group?
Or into the under 20s?
Under 20s and then under 20. Under 23s is not a thing, but under
23s. Are you still classed as under 23?
No, I'm a senior now. I'm under the age of 23 years old.
Yeah.
But I'll be 23 in October, so.
Oh, okay, so you were the 2-year guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
For
those of you that don't know, there's some little like rule stipulation that goes on where if your birthday falls before a certain date, you might get 2 years in an age group or 3 years in an age group. It's kind of annoying.
2 years every time, man.
When I did do track, like many moons ago, I was one of the 3-year guys. Just saying.
Oh, yeah. So it was you, people like you that hated.
They're still in days.
April born.
So, like, it was a thing where I think just in my nature, with the way that I've grown up and growing up in a predominantly single parent household for the most of my life, being black, I'm used to like the handicap of life in whatever it is. Like, I'm short and I'm in track. I shouldn't really be doing what I'm doing, but I'm here in it. So I just saw everything as like, all right, cool. This is how life wants to do me. It's cool. It's all right. I'll take it, and I'll be even better than you thought I was gonna be. So I was under 17, second year under 17, so top year under 17. Yeah. And I was training with people who were under 20, just because that was the nature of the group. We have there's a super group that existed back many moons ago, the Eddie Stevens group.
Gonna touch on that. Shout out to Eddie Stevens.
And you lot couldn't remember who the other guy was. It was Ken. It was Kenneth Harris is a bad man. Don't worry about that.
I've always wanted to ask, who was the guy that was with Mr. Stevens? Because there was always two people, but Eddie got a lot of the recognition.
Yeah, of course.
I don't think that was through fault of anyone else, but no one ever knew who he was.
Yeah. So it was Eddie Stevens, Kenneth Harris, and there was another guy, Steve, but Steve left before I got there, so I can't really talk too much about him. Okay. But yeah, so I was training with people that were older than me, so I'm already in training, losing to people daily. I'm seeing people that are bigger than me daily. Like, it's just another thing that I had to, it's like, whatever, man, let's go with it. So even when I was under 17, I wasn't trying to be an under 17. I was trying to be an under 18 because the World Youth was that year.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, cool. These are my contemporaries and my age groups. This is where I want to be.
Yeah.
So I have to take myself out of,
my age group.
this age group and just throw
Grow
myself into the
up.
deep end.
Force yourself to grow up, innit?
I have to grow up. So I've always just had that mentality, and I've carried it through everywhere that I've gone. So like, I've been, like you said, I've been a 2-year under 20. When I got to under 20s, there are people that are 2 years older than me. They're already bigger than me. I'm like, bruv, whatever, cool, let's roll with it. When I was under 17, I went to under 20 champs. I made the final. So it's not too bad. I was forced to do it. Definitely forced to do it.
It's a thing though. Like I see that quite often. Where like if you're, I don't know, maybe let's say top 8 in your age group, it's quite often that you see them go and do the under 20 champs, and I think it's good because you get that exposure of racing with people a lot older than you. Yeah. Maybe a lot more technically skilled, and they're able to handle the pressure of certain things a lot better. 100%. So I think that's amazing when I see young athletes go and do it. Yeah. Because it's just that no fear thing. You're going to be doing this in a few years where when you get past the whole age group thing, there's going to be man in your race 34. That are 30. Listen, there's a man that was in his 40s and was popping time like you wouldn't believe. So why not get that experience in the early?
100%, and that's something that was instilled into me by my coaches from very early. But like it's like Andy said, and like you've touched on, we put ourselves in these bubbles. Like, oh, I'm only under 20, so I should only race under 20s. Yeah, cool, that's great. But at some point, you will grow up because that's how time works. Yeah, and you won't be under 20 forever. You have to start racing people who are going to be older than you. When it's the seniors, they always told us like from young, they were like, look, you lot got to pattern up because seniors is a jungle. Yeah, it's a jungle and no one cares about you. Like they're not your friends. They're not like, they made it sound like it was mad. They're like, oh, they all have mad teeth and they'll but yeah, they're big. Like, but like someone put it to me very, very like in a very real term one year, a couple years ago. They were like, look, you're a kid. This is fun for you right now. Like it's cool. You're gonna be racing some people and this is their life. Like if you beat them, they might not get paid a certain amount. And they might need that money for their kids. Like, do you understand what that means? Like, conceptually. I was like, right, it's mad. I didn't even think about that. I'm actually trying to run in it. But, like you said, we have to get ourselves out of that bubble. And I wasn't allowed to be in that bubble.
So, obviously, like you said this previously, where under 17, you kind of took yourself out of that bracket and you put yourself in the under 18s. Yes. Did you make that championships that year? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that is a completely different world. Like that's bigger than English school. So you don't even like you try to go in with the same mindset because you think, okay, it's a bigger championship. But I would kind of think that when you're hearing world or European youth, your mind just goes all over the place. Yeah. What was that like stepping into that side now? Because there's that little bit more exposure. You're against a wider range of athletes as well because you probably
not run against as well.
Yeah, because I mean here you're very much still in a bubble for quite a lot of your youth career, where you don't get that exposure to run against other athletes as such. Like I mean, at most international schools. I didn't even get to go to that. That's people just across the water. Yeah, but we're talking about
the country, like
world.
Woo. That was mad. That was a mad experience. I almost didn't go. The standard was 1070. Okay. I ran 1056 plus 2.1. I ran 10.6 hand time because the clock at Bedford didn't start. And then in the final, I ran 1071 or something like that into a headwind. So it was like God was saying, "Hey, big man, it's not for you."
Yeah, time.
I said, you know what? That's all right. Like it's fine. I remember saying because my coach at the time, I was with Jonas.
Okay.
So I remember saying to him like, Jonas, you know what? Yeah. I know we planned for this World Youth thing, but it's just not happening. So you know what we're just gonna do? We're just gonna go to English schools and we'll see if we can win that and whatever. He's like, yeah, cool. Let's do one race at Lee Valley just before we go. It's like, all right, cool. So I go to Lee Valley now, and I ran so what they're meant to do at Lee Valley, which they don't do all the time, is flip the track so you don't run into a headwind, innit? Yes. Obviously, they do their best. You can't control the wind. Yeah. So we've gone and run now, and I think I ran 10.7 or something into a headwind again. I was like, bruv, can you see? Like, I'm trying. I'm bare trying, but you're just not letting me do it. So I've run the second race now because it's 2 races. And I've crossed the line. I didn't win. I came like 3rd or 4th. I've walked back to the start line and I'm like, just getting my clothes together. I'm like, man, I'm damn near in tears. I'm like, I really wanted to go to Ting, you know, but it's whatever, man. It's cool. And I just get rushed by my boy. My boy just jumps me. He's like, ah! I said, what are you doing? Get off me. He's like, no, you ran the standard, bro. I was like, oh my my God. And we're just crying and we're just hugging each other really bad. He's like, fam, we're going.
So this is one of your boys on that was already on the team?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he had the standard and he came further trials in that year. So it was like, he was going, but he couldn't say that he was going, but he was going.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I got there, it was like, I didn't do anything poorly per se. I just wasn't good enough.
Okay.
Like I went and ran, my PB was 1066. I ran 1071 and 1066 at the champs, which is, I can't ask for much more than that.
Yeah.
I just wasn't good enough at the time. And it hurt. It hurt like crazy. So I'm looking up at the screen. I think I came like 9th overall or something like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, it's not enough to get into the final.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, like, it was just there. Like, it was sad. And my boy's in the same event. So he's come now and seen me, like, looking at the thing or whatever. He's in the final. And he's just like, look, Reuben, man, it's all right. Like, you're a year young. You got time. You know, you did well to get here. It's okay, man. Like, it's cool. I'm like, yeah, it's all right. Still, it's all right. I'm just going to take a minute. So he's like, yeah, cool. I'm going to walk for the final, innit? And I was like, cool. So I just found a room somewhere, just cried. I was like, I found this is my, bruv, listen. You'll learn as we talk. The longer that I go on in this sport, the less I cry. But I have cried. I've cried in this sport. This sport it's a lot, man. It's a big investment of your time, your energy, your emotions. So I'm out here racing. I'm racing, flipping in my heat. I had Divine, who's now gone and oh yeah, the wind was very marsh. We were there at that champs. Like, that's where it happened. All this, I have a black man blood in me. That's World Juice. We were there. Like, man was in my heat. I said, raw, it's all right. Something cool, brother. Let's go. So it's like, it hurt, but it made me reevaluate a lot of things and made me go back and work harder. And I was like, cool, I'm gonna be at a disadvantage for the rest of my time in the age groups because I'm gonna be younger than everyone. Yeah, that doesn't mean I have to, be at a disadvantage. I can flip it and be like, okay, cool. I'm younger than these people and I can go and run with them. Yeah, it's calm. Let's do this. So, obviously, a lot of track and field is time management and balancing everything else. Yeah. Under 20s, you're in college. Yes. Sixth form. Yes. What's that like? Because obviously, from I mean, I work in a school, and I find it so funny when I see these kids stressing so much about their GCSEs. Because I'm thinking, well, boy, you need to put some of that stress into the next 2 years. So, and you ain't even working, you ain't doing nothing else with your life. You're just doing this. So, having said that you were in college or sixth form and doing track at that level that you were at the time, how hard was that? Because emotionally, that's a lot of stuff to be going through because you got your parents. All right, if you fail, your life is finished. Yeah. And then on the flip side, track is what you want to do, but you've just been handed that loss. Yeah. Which is hard to take in. I mean, coming 9th is like coming 4th. Yeah. Essentially, they're the same thing because when you come 4th, you were just off a medal, and when you come 9th, just off the final, just off making the final, where things can change. Of course. So, how doing all of that?
What was your friends even like? Yeah, because you have gone back and everyone would have been messaging you. Oh,
did you have that support system to deal with those things and the friends that will say to you? Because if your friends are anything like mine, you'll have some of the friends that be like, you messed up, you got beat.
Whooped.
But then you got the other people that were like, nah, man, it's just not your time. Yeah, it's just not your time yet.
I think I'll get all of it in there. When I came back, I'm always gonna be the hardest person on myself. No one is gonna be harder on me than me, and my family understand that. But I didn't know that I was like that until very recently. They informed me that I was like, oh, right, you're actually right. So when I came back from World Youth, they were just happy. They were like, bruv, are you dumb? You went and ran for Great Britain. Do you know how mad that is? Yeah. I was like, it's not that mad. There are people on the team. Like, no. It's not about that. It's about, look at how many people are in England. And then look at how many people are in Great Britain. And of all of those people who are of a similar age, you went. That's not something to scoff at. And I was like, yeah, you're right. But as athletes, we do this thing where we're like, we downplay things that are actually quite amazing. Yeah. You don't think about the fact that you're running for your country. When you're running for your country, you're like, bruv, I was meant to make this team. It's part of my plan. Cool. It's part of a lot of people's plans as well, and it doesn't go to plan for them. But yeah, they made me reevaluate and reframe that whole experience. It was actually a really good thing to go and get that experience because not a lot of people do get that. My boys, at the time, they were like, yeah, bruv, you're putting on for the man them. That's my boy, and he's running for Great Britain in Ukraine, bruv. when do you think you're gonna go Ukraine? I wasn't. It was never in my plans, honestly. But yeah, it's like, yeah, fam, no, you dumb, man. Man went on a plane for free to go around for the country. You're hard, fam. You're hard. Like, the man was cool. Now, today, the man will bounce me about it. Like, hey, look, you did the interview there. You sound like a waste, man. Like, if you want, you can go look at that interview as well. Just type in Reuben Arthur, Donetsk, 2013, all of that. It's bare moist. You see the way I'm talking? See the way I'm talking now, yeah? The way I'm talking now is how I talk in real life. I thought that when you go and do things in front of a camera, you have to talk a certain way, like a certain voice. So I was like, they're like, oh, so Reuben, how was your race? I said, it was quite tough. And to be fair, that's even a better version of the thing. The man never rinsed me for that.
Well, yeah,
daily.
because I mean, if we say what 20, that would have been 2013.
2013, yeah.
2013.
Yeah.
I mean, you were like 17. Your voice probably hadn't really broken yet. So,
bro, them times I was 16. It was rough. It was rough. I had a hairline. I did have that. I ain't got that now. But yeah, no, it was tough. The man didn't bounce me for that. But that's what you need. You need people that are gonna like take you out of yourself a little bit and like light-hearted. Obviously, nothing too like malicious.
Yeah.
But yeah, just gotta reframe it. Look at you. You got winged out. You're slow. Shut up, man. Cool. And then you go back to work. It's cool. Now going into college, that was the World Junior year. That's in America. Now, going to run for your country is amazing anyway. It's cool. Yeah. Going to run for your country in Ukraine and going to run for your country in America are two very different things.
Okay,
like,
why?
Because growing up, I had never, not once in my life, said, you know where I really want to go? Ukraine. Not to say there's anything wrong with Ukraine, but America is America. Like, everything happens in America. It's like, oh my God, this is nuts. So I'm like, cool, I need to be on this team.
Yeah.
What do I need to do differently about my life? Cool. I need to train more. This whole, you go into school and then going from Lee Valley, from St. Ignatius to Lee Valley after school, it's okay, but it's not the best thing I can do. What do I need to change about my life? I need to go somewhere I can train full time. So I was fortunate, like I said, I've always been in groups with people that are older than me. Yeah. So they're like the missionaries for me. They go out and explore and find things in the world that work and don't work, and they come back and bring it back to the man. So they're like, hey, Reuben, you need to come to this college that we're going to. So, oh, what college is this? They're like, Oakland. So where's that? It's like St. Albans. I said, what's that? What's St. Albans? So I was so ignorant. Like, yeah, so it's you go there, you can live on campus, you can train, you can do all your studies, and you know, you'll have a really good time. I was like, cool, let me tell my mum. So these man all went there and did a BTEC. So I was like to my mum, I'm gonna go to a college and do a BTEC. She was like, you're not doing no BTEC. I said, but what do you mean, mum? Like, BTECs are the equivalent to A-levels. It's just, you know, for some subjects, there's no exams, and some subjects, it doesn't lend to the curriculum. She's like, yeah, but why is it called a BTEC then? It should be an A-Tech if it's the option that it should be going to first. I said, mum, that's not how it works. She said, you're doing A-levels. I said, cool. I said, if I can go to this college and do A-levels, will you let me go? She's like, yeah, calm, whatever. So we went down there. We met the coach for the college, which is now my coach now, Ryan Freckleton. Okay. Large up Ryan. And they clicked really well, so they got on, and he reassured her, like, look, you know, Reuben will be really well looked after. We'll make sure that he does all his work, and she was like, all the stuff you would say to a parent to get their kids come. And she was like, oh, you know, I really like him, you know, he's a really nice guy. I said, yeah, cool, whatever, man. Yeah. So I've gone there now. I'm training 6 days a week. 6? Yeah, maybe. So 6. Going from 2 days a week after school, to like doing something athletic related about 6 days a week. So at the track maybe 3 days a week. We're in the gym another 3 days a week. Yeah. Maybe one day will just be like stretching or something like that. So it's gone from 0 to 100 real quick, like literally. And it was tough at first, but because everyone was going through it together, we all kind of like bonded with that camaraderie. It was like
a group, to like just go with, innit? Yeah,
like there were people that are in the sport now, that were there, people that were commuting back and forth between Oakland and home. They weren't even staying on campus because it was quite an expensive thing to fork out. I'm lucky I got a bursary because obviously like bereavement and that. Like we all knew what it meant to be where we were, and we were like, look, we're all trying to do this thing. Obviously, we're not even looking at the fact that there's limited spots for the sprints. There's obviously 2 for the individual and 4 for the relay. Yeah, we're all competing for the same spots. We haven't even looked at it like that. It's just like, fam, I just want the man to do well. Yeah. So there'd be nights where we would finish training and just sit in a living room and be like, it's gonna be so good when we get to America, man. It's gonna be so sick. We're gonna go race this. Who's this guy, man? This Trayvon Bromell. We're gonna
Oh yeah, because it's the same.
It's the same year where he was coming
Yeah.
up. Obviously, we went there and we did not whack him up. I definitely had him in my heat, and he definitely put 3 temps on me. But like, to just, you know what I mean? Like, we all bonded together around this one like shared vision, and so the work was hard, but we made it easy.
Yeah,
we made it really easy. A levels. The college, let's just say the college now has improved its A-level standards from when I was there. So it was a bit more difficult for me to get the good grades. Obviously, grades are relative to whatever the individual is doing. But I got 6 A stars and 4 A's in my GCSEs. So my mum was expecting me to get matting grades in my A-levels.
Yeah.
I said, big man, the training I'm doing. And it's like, it was partly that, but it's also like, I'm now a 17-year-old kid with my own house. I'm living with my boys.
Yeah.
If everyone's in my man's room playing FIFA,
You're
you think I'm gonna be doing? I'm gonna be revising in my room. Ask the man them. There was one exam in particular. I was playing FIFA with them. They said, "Reuben, in your exam tomorrow morning." I said, "Yeah." So have you revised? I said, "Yeah." Said, "Tell me one thing about this biology thing." I said, "Look, Krebs cycle, innit?" Obviously, they don't even know what the Krebs cycle is. I don't know what it is either, but I know the word exists. So I'm saying it to them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you know your stuff still. You know your stuff." So I got decent results in my A levels, but like, just you have to do things in your life, and everyone knows, they know within themselves what the balance is they need to strike.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going out partying too much, maybe you don't do that. If you're someone who wants to achieve well educationally and athletically, and you know you're weaker in one of those areas, you're probably gonna have to make a big life adjustment to improve the area you're weaker at. So for me, I was cool academically, but I needed to be better athletically. So I went to athletics college. Someone else who's in the reverse situation, who's very good in athletics but wants to do better academically, maybe they need to go to a better, college or sixth form, or get a tutor or something like that, or just make accommodations for themselves. But I think within yourself, you know what you need to do, and I knew what I needed to do.
Well, I mean, I'm sure I've said this in one of our previous interviews before, that like the balance is relative to the person. It
100%.
It doesn't have to be 50-50.
No.
We're taught, and society makes us say that 50-50 is the way forward, but it could be 60-40 or 70-30. It's just relative to that individual. So like you said, being at the college, I mean, I'm gonna guess that it was kind of like, we're gonna make you study 40% of the time, but 60% of that is gonna be training.
Yeah.
But to your parent, it's the reverse.
Yeah, of course. We're gonna be really hard on him academically. We're gonna make sure he gets amazing grades. Big man, these men are going there and doing sports BTech. If I tell you some of this, let me not even incriminate the sports BTech. Yeah, let me not incriminate them.
I mean, there are athletes that are trying to go Oakland's like this year, so you don't want to incriminate nobody.
No, honestly, if you are trying to go Oakland's this year, you should go there. Just look at the alumni that you have. Like, you got the likes of Reese Prescott, OJ DeBurin, that you've already had on the Productionz, myself, Richmond Miller, Theo Etienne, James Weaver. You got, even if you're a para athlete, you got James Arnott, T46 Commonwealth silver medalist. You got people like just bare people, man.
So a lot of those names that you've mentioned are more or less household names in track and field now that have come through that system. Yeah. So I would say that it's grown very, very well, and it's produced a lot of people 100%. That have come through that system.
100%.
And I personally think that we need more things like that. Yeah. Because I think it's literally just Oakland's, and then you go to uni. Yeah. And that's where you have like the whole, you stay on campus. Yeah. You train here. Yeah. We take care of your stuff. In fact, on that, when you're at Oakland's, like, do you pay? Is it like uni where you pay, like your parents will pay a fee for you to stay there? Yeah. Alright. Is your food taken care of, or you have to, like, your parents have to send you money?
Partially. So like, you'd get breakfast. Yeah. And you might get you get breakfast and you get dinner. Okay. All the time, like pattern. They make sure that you get breakfast and dinner. Lunch, you might get a lunch ticket. So I got like a lunch ticket, so they covered me for lunch. And I think everyone got a lunch ticket, or everyone got lunch that day. You just have to scan your card. Okay. Some people might got extra lunch, so I got extra lunch because family situations again. Yeah. But beyond that, you're free to do what you want. You have your house, and it has like a hob. It doesn't have an oven, but it has a hob.
Okay, so you still do little bits.
Yeah, you can make like rice. You got rice
boil
cooker.
Rice. Yeah, you can boil rice.
So you see people like us, if there's rice at home, we're good. So my boy Nick Stewart, he loves cooking. He loves it. So like he'll put on a big thing of rice, just put it in the fridge. Be like, if you want rice, I'll take it out. Or like
Sick.
Daniel Dorinde, who'll come and we'll get home and he'll just be like, you don't want spaghetti? You don't want spaghetti? Yeah, just make bolognese for everyone. But the food was taken care of.
Yeah.
If you wanted to add to that, that's your business. You can do what you want.
What's that like now then? So you've got like, did you go to uni?
Yes.
So that transition from like staying in your own campus, like that was relatively quite easy then to do that again, effectively.
I didn't do it again.
Really?
Yeah.
How come?
I think I had the experience, and so because I had the experience, I didn't feel I needed to have it again.
Okay.
So I made another decision. Like I said before, you have to make the sacrifices on what you want to do. So I was like, I could go to a uni,
Yeah.
but then where would I train? Because my coach is going to be based here. The good sporting universities are kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
So like I could go to a Bath or a Loughborough or a Brunel, and those are three very different places.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to make the decision for me that's easiest for what I want to do course-wise and for my life.
Okay.
So I was like, cool. I live in Dalston.
Yeah.
The uni I went to, Goldsmiths University, is in New Cross.
Yes.
That is a 20-minute train from my house. I said, big man, if I need to go home, I can go home. If I need to go to training, I can go training. It's cool. If I need to, I don't need to worry about me coming back to an environment where there's people who I might not get along with and that might disrupt my mental process. I'm with my family. Like we can actually talk about stuff like, hey, look, bro, don't do that. I need to sleep. I've got a race tomorrow.
Yeah.
Someone else, a lad at uni, I might say, hey, Barry, stop. You're making noise. Barry's having the time of his life. He don't care about me. He don't care about my race. He's like, whatever, mate. You know? So I made a decision for myself, and I just thought it'd be best if I stayed at home.
Was that hard?
Was it hard to stay at home or to make a decision?
Kind of both, because obviously, like, you're at home, you're with your family, which is great.
Yeah.
But from going away as well. You go away,
You've
come
been away.
back.
Yeah.
That's a tough place to be.
You got all the free time in the world, my friend.
It was
No mum not coming or nothing.
Yeah.
it was
You're in 11.
it was a big adjustment. Like you're alluding to. I grew up a lot in the 2 years that I was gone. To the point where I come home and I just would act like I was at college. I'd do certain things. I'd be like, look, I'm gonna wash my clothes because they're my clothes.
Yeah.
If you don't want to wash your own thing, do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have my drying over there. Like all of this stuff that's happening in the house, don't involve me in it. I'm not
Yeah,
here.
it's
I'm
just
just here
my
to
stuff.
It's my
Yeah.
stuff. I'm gonna do it, and like you don't have to. But I got out of that gradually because I saw the toss up. It was like cool. I was in my own space and I was doing this and whatever. I had my own life. It was great. But now I'm coming back home. I'm expecting this household, whoever it might be, to provide me with like good Wi-Fi, to provide me with like TV. My mom's gonna make me food, this, that, and the third. Like I can't just get these things and not give anything back.
Yeah.
So I very quickly I was like, alright, cool. So I will do the washing up on these days for everyone. I will wash everyone's clothes on these days, and like that's how I kind of paid my way.
Yeah.
Where some people would get their student finance and pay the rent and all of that.
Yeah.
I would get my money and be like, alright, cool. So with this money, I won't ask you for money, mum. And on top of that, I'll contribute to the house.
Yeah.
Which was it was the best decision to make at the time. I would rather have done that than have all the freedom in the world.
Okay.
Especially at like 19 years old, 19,
Yeah.
20, 21 years old. Maybe I didn't need that freedom. Maybe I needed someone to just keep me, because I was still
Very loose.
Mum, that was not me.
Listen, he said it was loose. Listen, the other day my mom said something very incriminating to me, but it's okay. I was still like, I still had some growing up to do, and I was still doing things that maybe weren't in my best interest. So coming back to like a grounded environment such as a house, and just being with family. Like I haven't been with my family at that point for 2 years consistently. I come back on the weekends and stuff, but like live with people. My siblings were growing up. House was changing, dynamics were changing. I needed to be a part of that. It's my family. So.
It's so strange because you're only 22. So you're saying like at 19 I've moved back home. Like, yo, like did you get kicked out or something? Like did all of a sudden the relationship with your mum become better? And
it actually
like,
did.
It's so strange because you're only 22 and you've experienced certain life changes that some people don't experience till they're like well into their 30s.
100%.
Even after uni, like well into their 30s. So you finish uni.
Yes.
So you train full time?
Yeah.
Work in between, or you
This year, no. So I graduated last year.
Yeah.
2-1 psychology. Come on.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. So this year, I just thought, bro, let me just see what I can do if I don't train. If I don't do anything else but train.
Yeah.
I think it's an argument that you hear from a lot of people, like across the board in track and field.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you know, I'm working and I'm doing this and I'm doing that and I'm training, but I'm competing against people who aren't training. You know, they're not loaded with the stuff I'm loaded with. And so I'm like, all right, cool. I didn't want to have that mentality. I wanted to be like, cool, let me just see what this is like.
Yeah.
And see if it works for me. Because for some people, like, they need to have all that time where they just train and do nothing. Cool,
Yeah.
respect it. Some people, maybe your mind is too active, or maybe you have other interests in life that you need to pursue or you need to explore, because there's going to be life after track and field.
Yeah.
And it might be remiss for some people to put their entire life on pause to do track and field, because you can't then catch up with the last 6 years or however many years you've taken a break from. You know, there's some things that you might need to do now, or at least put in place now. So yeah, right now I'm not working, but I've been very fortunate in that firstly I'm able to work with Inspire Through Sport.
Yeah.
Hotel you man. Who allow us to go into schools and get a little bit of money from inspiring kids and you know, doing physical activity with them. That sounds wrong. From running PE sessions in the presence of their teacher and my DBS.
with them. It there, but
it's cool.
We're not using that today. I'm gonna save that for off camera.
Yeah.
So obviously working with Inspire Through Sport.
Yeah.
Is it like a range of ages that you deal with?
Yes.
Because, and what is it like? Because with all the different ages, you're gonna have the different like kids that are gonna be interested, and the ones that aren't gonna be as interested. So does that sometimes make it hard to deal with for the ones that are like, you got the kids, the young kids who are like, oh my god, like it's a world championship athlete and and then you get some of the older ones that are a bit more like, I don't even really watch track and field. So like you're trying to talk and they ain't really trying to hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, have you had that?
Yeah.
How have you dealt with it?
I think it's first and foremost, it's always fun. Always fun. Like, even if it's not inherently fun in what I'm doing, I get fun from the experience. So like when I go with some of the younger kids, God bless their souls, they don't have that much of concentration in it. So them man they'll be looking at you and you'll be giving them instructions and they'll just be like
blank.
And I'm like, but I'm talking to the youth. Whatever, man. So them, you just engage them with something. So I'll come in, I'll bring my Commonwealth medal and be like, ooh, shiny. Shiny. I'm like, oh my God, I want to touch it. I'm like, yeah, cool, go ahead, do your thing, pass it around, and we'll all talk about something, and we'll have like we'll do like some star jumps or whatever, and then we'll just chat, and they can ask me anything. And like, obviously you want to go into school and have people ask you questions like you two are asking me, like quite insightful questions that give great answers. But when you're 4 years old, man, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
What's your favorite color? Blue. I love it. Mine's blue. Is it? That's amazing. And like, just you learn how to deal with people, because children are people too.
Yeah. I really think he will be a great primary teacher. Like, he's got the enthusiasm. I don't.
Fab. Because even the schools I go into, they're like, oh, like, do you want to just stay? I'm like, no, see me, I'm a rental. Like, I don't know if I can do this full like day in day out.
You sound like it.
Now my sister's a primary school teacher, so I see what she like. Just sometimes she'll come home and she'll be like, Reuben, I'm done, I'm knackered. We're like, fam, why? She's like, well, my kids pee themselves again. I was like, see, all of that, I'll have to deal with that. I get them in their PE kit and then they do a little bit and they go off. But like, that's the at one end of the spectrum. And then you get to like 16, 17, 18 year olds.
Yeah.
And you wanna.
I'm gonna ask you something, but I'm gonna let you finish.
Okay, cool. They're like, some of them, like you said, they don't watch track and field, or they're like, but
I play football.
Yeah, I play. One you was asking me, do you know Pogba? I said, wow. I said, what about my life would make you believe that I know Paul Pogba personally? I said that 5 times fast. Paul Pogba personally. I was like, yeah, fam, I don't know him. I can't help you with that. But like, when it comes to things like that, I always try and relate to them as a person first, not even as an athlete. Like, you have to just get to know them.
You see, also, obviously, I've always had this thing where when we do PE and athletics in schools, it's so different. Yeah. Because the things that I would want to implement, they're not.
Yes.
And things like technique and stuff, like, I'm very much for that, like drill sergeant almost. When you're trying to deliver it to kids who've probably never done athletics in their life, is there a part of you that's kind of like, or is it just like, okay, cool, I get it, and you have to like really pull it back?
100%. Because I know how it is on this end of track and field. When you get to like, once you get out of the age group once you get out of the point where you're like, this is fun and I want to do this properly. Yeah. Obviously, there's certain things you have to learn. There's certain fundamentals that you have to have to run a certain way, or to throw a certain way, or to jump a certain way, that you can't just like half-ass. Yeah. But these kids don't want to do this properly. Not yet. They just want to have a little 30-minute session with an athlete. Yeah. So I'll tell them I'll be like, yeah, look, let's do high knees. And I might fix the high knees a little bit. But I'm not going to tell you, you're not dorsiflexing. You're not doing it. Like, man, look at me like, what are you doing?
What is that?
What does that mean? And then when it gets to that point, it's not fun. Yeah. Like, you just got to be like, look, cool. But there's always at least one or two kids where you'll tell them to do something basic and they'll do it really, really well. And you'll put them aside and be like, hey, you're really good at this, you know? Yeah. Oh, no, it's all right. Like, I do running with my dad. Yeah, look, go to a local club. Or like, do you like running? Yeah, I love it. Oh, yeah, go to a local club. Do you like this medal? Yeah, it's a sick medal. Do you want to get your own? Yeah, man, go to a local club. Why? I don't see why, if I can get it, I don't see why you can't get it. Oh, cool, thanks, man. Oh, can I follow you on Instagram? Yeah, whatever, man, do your thing. But like, social media. Yeah, that's what it's there for. That's what it's there for. But yeah, things like that. So like,
extra like on the photo.
Like that's what it is frustrating. Like you're saying, it's very frustrating when, especially because like, it's not a very glamorous sport. There's not bare things that you can do. Like in football, you can be like, oh, we're working on shooting today, working on passing, working on defending. Like there's bare things. In running, it's running, isn't it? Like we're working on running. So whatever thing you want to implement, it's gonna be back to running. Yeah. So like, there's no point making it even less glamorous than it is. Just we gotta just let man have fun with it. And like, yeah, like that. Yeah, you're doing great, man. The knees, your knees high enough. Start running backwards like that. You're like, you get ducked down.
Listen, that's the one. When you see the lean back and the knees are up, but the body's back. I'm like, and looking at the sky.
I said, can you even see where you're going?
They're very ready to shoot arrows. It's like. So, I mean, you've had such a great career, like so far, from juniors to pretty much a young senior. Yeah. 2018. Yeah. Commonwealths. Yeah. Late addition to the team.
Latest.
What was that like? And I'm looking at from the aspect of like you weren't considered. Essentially, you weren't considered. Yeah. And then you've got the call, and it's like doors are closing kind of thing. Yeah. Thought process behind that, like, and obviously you said yeah.
Yeah, of course.
You said yeah. I might not have. Some people I've spoken to,
they said no.
Yeah, they said no.
And I spoke to people that said no before I even knew I was going. I spoke to people. I was like, bruv, why are you not going? I don't want to go, or whatever there is.
The plans for the year.
I said, bruv, this is basically, bearing in mind, the people I spoke to are sprinters. Yeah, these are people who have relay experience, who have good 100-meter times, they ran standard, whatever, etc. The way I looked at it was, these men just won world champions in the relay. They just won the world championships in the relay the year before. In fact, it wasn't even because these men knew they were going to Commonwealths in like November, December. Yeah. So it's like 3-4 months before. If I'd run on that team with those kind of people, I'm getting a medal. Yeah. What? I'm not going to take a medal. Are you mad? So like, but I was like, look, I respect your decision. If that's what you want to do, just your life, innit, do your thing. But I don't see why you wouldn't do it. But like, there's no, a lot of people, a lot of the vibe I was hearing about Commonwealth is like, there's no bonuses in the contract. And I was like, and I understood it because yes, that's a big chunk of your life. That's like 5 weeks now that you have to go out of your way at a very awkward time in the year to go and do a competition that you're not going to be directly financially reimbursed for. Yeah, cool. I can't tell you to do that. Then you got to get your money, do your thing. My thing is, I was not on contract anyway. So if I get the medal, if I don't get the medal, no money's coming to Reuben's account. So I'm going to go for the experience. But like they called me in, we went out in April. So they must have called me in like February. I was walking back from the gym or something. And some random number called me. I was thinking, I don't answer random numbers normally. So I picked up, I was like, hello. So hi, so-and-so from England Athletics. I said, hi. It's like, yeah, so we're having some problems. I said, what do you mean we're having problems? So, well, people are getting injured and it's not a problem right now, but we need to consider you for the relay just in case something happens. Yeah. I was like, this is mad. okay, cool. I was like, yeah, we need to fill out a form. I said, okay, well, when do you need to do it? I said, by midnight tonight. I said, what is going on? What is this? All this last minute, what's that? I was like, all right, cool, I'll get in and do it as soon as I can. It's all like, you have to, because it's Australia, you have to have like a visa and make sure that you're not a criminal or anything like that, which I'm not.
Yeah. Did you, what, was this like email or fax?
Email.
I'm like, man saying you got to fill out a form. It might be you might need to go to like local library.
Yeah, fam, it would have been tight because I don't have a printer in my house. You know, no black people have printers that work in their house. I promise you. I don't know why. It's a fact.
I just fixed mine.
I ain't got ink.
I was gonna say, if I have a printer, then you have ink. Do you have paper? Is it connected?
I literally just bought my ink last week.
How long have you had it for?
Oh, 3 years.
It's mad.
Printing work, innit?
Say it. I just go to the library, pay 5p or whatever. It's calm. But yeah, so I'm gonna fill out that form, and like the guy said to me on the phone, look, you're filling out the form, but it's very unlikely we're gonna need you. So like, don't get your hopes up. I was like, all right, it's fine. It's whatever. It's cool. Whatever.
Just get me excited and shut me down, innit?
Yeah, basically. So like, I didn't even tell anyone about it. I was just like, it happened. Whatever. Move on.
Yeah.
But a month later, I get a phone call at 6 a.m. I said, who is this? The number is like +33. I said, I don't know anyone, pardon me, that would have this calling code. So I picked it up. I was like, yo, it's Harry King from England Athletics. I said, hi. Very much 6 a.m. I said, hi. He was like, yeah, so we had a bit of a problem. I said, oh, what's up? He's like, yeah, someone else has got injured. I said, oh, okay. That's a shame. I'm sorry to whoever. I think it was NMB.
Okay.
Pulled his hamstring.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a really big shame. Obviously, he was doing the 2 and the thing as well. And I'm like, yeah. So we had a meeting, and you know, we need more people for the relay. I was like, okay. It's like, yeah. So they wanted to use, you know, like a long jumper. I said, no, I need another sprinter. I need a sprinter. I was like, okay. He was like, yeah, and we selected you. And I was like, oh my god, wow.
You wake up now.
Yeah. I said, boy, that's a lot. He said, okay, so can you come out? I said, when do you want me to come out? I said, in 2 days. I said, you want me to go get ready to go to Australia in 2 days? He's like, if you can. I said, right, okay. Let me talk to my mum, and I will get back to you. He's like, cool. So I looked off the phone now. I'm upstairs. I've gone down to my mum's floor, right in her room. She's sleeping, obviously, 6 a.m. Yeah. So I just looked at her and she's like, Mom! So she rolled over, she's like, what are you doing in my room? I was like, look, I've got something that I need to ask you, but like, let me finish first, and then cool. No. She's like, cool. I was like, cool. So, Mum, I just been asked to go out to the Commonwealth Games. She's like, oh my god! I said, hey, chill. I've not finished. It's
too early.
I don't know if you want me to go, because obviously it's my 3rd year of uni. Exams are around the corner. I've got a dissertation that I haven't even started yet. These times it's April. I was very last
behind.
Minute. Very behind. I'd done like the research. I hadn't started writing up. I'd done like most of it, but like. That's a lie. I haven't done most of it. I've done some. So yeah, she was like, do you think that if you go out to the Commonwealth Games, you could get the dissertation done and your revision done? And I was like, yeah, I guess. I don't see why not. I'm not going to be running the whole time. And she was like, then go. I don't see why you wouldn't go. It's an amazing experience. Go do it. So I was like, cool. I called on my coach. I said, yeah, so Ryan, they asked me to go out to Commonwealth Games, but I don't know. As I'm saying, I don't know. He's like, Bam, you're going, bam, screaming on the phone. I was like, wow, this is a lot of energy for 6:42 in the morning. But hey, so I said, yeah, I'll go. We had a bit of complications because they didn't sort out my visa. So I imagine I've gone to Heathrow now. Yeah, I'm with all my luggage and that, ready to get on the plane. They're like, yeah, your passport don't have no visa on it. So I had to go home from Heathrow, which is a very long journey. Very long journey. If you ever get the Piccadilly line, you know what I've gone. Yeah. God.
Been there, done it.
Yeah. So like I've gone back now. They're like, oh Reuben, we're really sorry, but we really still want you to come out. So can you come out tomorrow? I was like, yeah, cool. Just put me in a hotel. Put me in a hotel, got to the train, flew. It was a 16-hour flight from Heathrow to Perth. Layover, 2-hour flight to Brisbane, and then I was there with the rest of the team, and they were really welcoming. Like everyone was just like, oh, thank you. Like they started thanking me for coming out. I was like, big man, thank you for bringing me out. That's fine. Like, and it was nuts.
You've not met the team at this point. You've not met any of the relay squad.
No, I haven't met. I mean, I know them. Like, I know who they are. I know them. Like, I've met some of them on a personal. Like, I speak to them, but I haven't met them in that capacity. Yeah. So it was very mad experience.
We've got a picture.
Yeah.
You know what picture it is, isn't it? I got a question.
Yeah. Yay! If anyone knows,
Does anyone know this picture? We're gonna put it
Put it up,
up.
put it up, Carl. No. Carl, man, I need to understand. This is what happened, yeah? Alright, so do you want me to talk about the whole experience first before we talk about this picture? You want to go straight into this?
I mean, we can go on. We can do it.
Yeah,
and come back.
No, let's do it and come back. Let's do it because I'm heated
Come
now.
back. I don't mind.
So, oh my God. These guys, man. Alright, so we've won the Commonwealth Games now. We've won the relay. Amazing. 38-13. Woo, everyone's happy. Wow, amazing. They've taken us to one side. We've done all the media stuff, met all like the commentators, all this and that. We've done all the stuff for England Athletics, British Athletics, all these people. Great, cool. So now, this is my first international medal, like my second international medal, but at this level, the senior level, first time. These man, some of them are vets. They know what I want.
Yeah.
So they're like, alright, cool. We're gonna go to here. We're gonna go to there, whatever. Cool, pattern. Calm. The guys come to me. He's like, oh, Reuben, you're gonna get drug tested. I'm like, it would be me. Like, can we do this after the medal? Yeah, fine, perfect. So we've gone now to get ready. They put us in a room to get ready for the presentation. They're giving us a presentation kit. Man didn't like that it was baggy. So they were learning. Harry is a G. I don't know how he knows to do this here. But like, he can make any bottoms tapered. So he took the bottoms and like did some tapered the thing. Man, I'm going back and got the Hirachis. I said, I'm still in my little Adidas, whatever, you know, the Boston Boost or whatever them things. Cool. So now we've gone out and Harry's like orchestrating the whole thing because he does this like social media thing. Man's the guy.
Yeah.
Cool. So he's like, look, when we go out and they call our name, we're gonna all put our hands up. We're gonna stand in lane order.
Yeah.
So like the leg order. So Reuben, Zarnell, Richard, and then Harry.
Yeah.
And we're all gonna put our hands up at the same time. I said, big man, what you're not taking into consideration is I'm 5'6" and Zarnell is 6'2". There's a very big difference between our arms. If I put my arm up, his arm is gonna be all the way up, and I'm not gonna reach him. I don't know if he didn't hear me, if he chose to ignore me, or he was just like, it will work anyway. But he was like, cool, it'll be fine. So I've said to Zarnell, big man, don't put your arm up because you're tall. We're not doing it. We can't do that. And if you don't put your arm up, they won't put their arms up. It's calm. Cool. So I'm thinking Zarnell's got my back. Calm. Because he was telling me, oh, Reuben, you're so cool, all of that. I'm like, cool. Man's got my back. So they're like, yeah, and in third place, Jamaica, woo. And in second place, South Africa, woo. They're like, and in first place, woo, England. So they've all gone up now, and I'm walking up with basically my hands damn near in my pocket. Yeah. I'm thinking, this is calm. Man's gone up and just swayed his arm up. I looked at him, I was like, what are you? But obviously the camera's there, and I knew they were taking pictures for like Getty and that. So I'm all like, smiling, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, this guy. And it was the longest like 7 seconds of my life, yeah. I said, Zarnell, how you do me like, I'm looking up at him like, how you do me like this? How do you? So I hid the picture in it.
Yeah.
So obviously everyone's putting up pictures from like the nice ones, like, standing like this, or after the race we're all like with the flags on our back.
Yeah.
And on the day I uploaded the calm picture. Calm. Only the man them that were in the Commonwealth Games knew that picture existed. Yeah. I don't know how man them started finding it outside the Commonwealth Games. One time my boy just messaged me, just saw image attachment. I said, what is this? Because anytime that comes through, you're thinking it's a mad thing. Yeah. And he's like, do you want to explain? I said, please allow me. So I held it down for a year, but then for the throwback for the Commonwealth Games after the 1 year anniversary, I was like, let me just put it out there. So I put it on Instagram, and I don't have notifications on Instagram. So I put it out and I go about my business and I don't see anything. Yeah. So I put out the picture. The caption is, it's been a whole year since Zarnell made me look like a kid's toy.
That was the first time I saw that picture.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Because man shouldn't be looking for it. So I'm like, cool, it's calm, whatever. Like, people are gonna get a little ha-has off and then move on. Yeah. I put my phone down. I'll go out, do my business. I live life. I come back. I look at it the next morning. I see bare comments. Bare ha 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 ha. Oh my god, you look like a waste man. I was like, I've got a Commonwealth medal, but like cool.
no one mentioned it.
No one cared.
No congrats.
The worst part is Zarnell was in the comments himself saying, you cracked me up, you're a joker. I said, big man, you knew.
At that point, I would have found the worst picture of him running and uploaded it and like, haha, put you back.
The thing is, I actually like him better. Like, he's actually better cool, so I didn't want to do it to him, but I was like, and even if I find a bad one of him, he'd be like, yeah, but this is the race where Zarnell ran 9.9. I'm like,
it's like, yeah, jokes kind of not.
The joke don't land the same way, you know? So I was like, yeah, man. But man, I'm like giving me joke for that picture still.
How intense was the training?
In general, that year?
For being there. Because obviously, like, you've now kind of been thrown out of sync with your training.
Yeah.
And this is like your first senior competition as well. Whether it's Commonwealth, European, obviously there's the whole thing like, Commonwealth ain't really saying much. It's still a competition for seniors, and it's still a recognised medal.
Yes.
So having said that, what was the training like to get you prepped out of your block of training for that one race or 2 races?
Yeah. It was a lot. I didn't fully appreciate what flying that long can do to a person. So when I got out there, everyone was like I said, everyone's really supportive. They were like, look, Reuben, for the first like week, maybe a couple of days, you're gonna feel really bad and then really, really good. But that really good feeling is a lie. You're not really good. I was like, I'm pretty sure I'd know if my body was lying to me. You know? So the first couple of days, I'm like, I can't even sleep. I can't this or whatever. Day 3, I was like, I'm ready, bro. I could do the race right now. Let's go. Let's go. I go to the track. Firstly, Australia was beautiful. Mad hot. So I'm getting there. I'm just doing strides. All the sweat is running down my face into my lip. I said, what is nasty? And they were like, like someone from the relay team came over. I think it was Harry or Adam came over. Like, look, just chill out. Don't worry, you're good. Like, we'll do what we can to make it as easy for you as it can be. Okay. So they're like, look, the easiest way for this to work really would for us to put you, because I was only going to run the heat, right? So like, just put you on last leg. You just take the baton from whoever and run. You're fast guy. You ran 10-1 last year, and that's why you're here. Yeah. Just go do your thing. You'll be fine. And I was like, I'll be honest with you, I would prefer to do first because I don't want us to be in a position where we're winning and now it's me that gets knocked down. Pressure because it's not even like, I'm sure we'll still get through to the final, but it's the media that will come. They won't come for you lot. They'll come for me. Who's this? Any guy that's in the thing? And lo and behold, they definitely came for me afterwards for something else, but it's cool. So I was like, I'll just go for first and I'll let you lot do the rest, and then I'll just sit back and watch you lot in the final and like cheer you on. But like, cool, thank you for coming out and thank you for being so reasonable. Like, you know, everything was calm. It was so mature, and I think it's because it wasn't like it was enforced by England Athletics. They kind of just let the athletes do not what they wanted, but they had a lot of freedom because they respected. You know, you got Harry there, you got Zarnell there, you got Richard there, you got Adam there. These are big men in the sport. They know where I'm going. They've been here before. They've done this before. So it's like England Athletics gave them the respect. Like, I'm not saying that British Athletics don't, but they just respected them to be like, look, sort it out. You're big men. Do your thing. Yeah. So I only actually had, I want to say I had 2 relay sessions the whole time. I was out there for 3 weeks. I had 2 sessions where I actually did anything with a baton. The first day I got there, we did a little bit of jogging, give the baton to someone. I think I was giving it to Richard at this time. Gave it to him. He was like, oh yeah, you could do this better. Like, everyone was mad supportive. Like, do this a little bit better, or do that and do that. It wasn't like condescending or like, oh, why is this you out here? It wasn't that thing. Because it was like, right, look, if you're out here same way as us, then boy, you deserve to be out here, innit? Yeah. No one accidentally got out here, which is something that I had to learn after I came back, because I didn't feel like I deserved to be out there for a long time. Okay. But yeah, then the second time I did it with I think I did it with Harry, and I was like, cool. Bearing in mind, I ran with none of these people. I ran with Zarnell, but I couldn't do anything with Zarnell because he was training for the 2. Yeah. So he was all doing like the races for the 2 and that, and then on the day of, they're like, hey, go try it with Zarnell. I said, Zarnell is very tall, you know. They're telling me to put it into his hand. He's got his hands in my face, bro. I said, wow. I said, what's going on? I said, Z, we need to bring it down a little bit. He's like, yeah, you know what, I can do that for you. You know, it's all right. I said, cool. I said, cool. But like, fam, yeah, he got me through a lot of the relay things as well. Because everyone was telling me to do all of this, and then he just pulled me to the side and said, Reuben, come, let's go for a walk. So walking's like, look, we're gonna win this champs. This is in the heat. So we're gonna win this champs. Right now, I'm so angry. Obviously, what happened with him in the 200, all that controversy. He's like, I'm so angry. I'm gonna slap this leg. All I need you to do is understand I'm going to slap it and go with me. But I know you can. Am I wrong? It's like, no. He's like, yeah, I believe you. I trust you. I was like, bro, this guy, he don't know me from Adam, but he's like being so supportive and allowing me to like just go do my thing. It's like, cool. So, all right then. So after the heat, when I put it inside, he was like, Reuben, you know, you're so good. I was like, I said, come on. Everyone's hugging, man. And that, I'm like, cool, because we were the fastest qualifiers as well. Yeah. So it wasn't even like at some point, I had to accept that I must have done a good job. I was like, raw, like, anyone could have been out there, you know, you're not special, Reuben. I said, boy, not anyone could have done what I did.
No one was
You
there.
know?
You were there. At the
I was
end of the
there.
day,
I
innit?
was there at the end of the day. And like I've been saying since I came back, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. You know? So,
T.I.
that's what it is. You know how it be. You know how it be.
I like that saying. I use that quite a lot.
Come on.
That's a saying I use pretty much every day.
Come on.
So
That's how it goes.
I mean, so Commonwealth's great achievement, gold medal. But I want to go on to another topic where it's quite hard in track and field.
Yeah.
So you're classed as a professional athlete.
Yes.
You travel, you compete. But there's one thing, there's like a bracket with being a professional athlete where it's like, okay, yeah, he's there.
Yes. Yeah.
Diamond League.
Yes.
Have you been at the Diamond League?
Never in my life. Or to watch. And to
watch.
do like Club Connect relays and them kind of things, but not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, being that you are a professional athlete, but you've not been at the Diamond League, what's it like at your level where you're still professional, you're still going overseas competing and getting paid, but taking that to the next step? Like, where's the pieces to the puzzle with that?
I like to think of us, because there's a lot of us in this bracket like that you're describing. I like to think of us all as like interns. Like we do all the work that a professional would, who is actually being contracted and paid for it. We're just not contracted or paid or reimbursed for it. Yeah. And initially I was like, but I don't get it. Like I've done everything you've asked me to do. You want me to run fast? I ran 10-1. You want me to get medals? I've got medals now. What more is there to do? And that's not the way to think. To an extent. I think at some point in every athlete's life, you have to understand that the performance is always going to be king, but there's other important aspects of being an athlete. Okay. So I'm someone who doesn't have an agent. I don't have a contract. I don't have funding from the national governing body. These are all things that would help my situation greatly.
Yes.
But they're not things that the knowledge to access these things is very, not even hidden, but it's very coded. Like it's all there. Everything's there for you to understand. But if you don't know, you don't know. Yeah. Like you couldn't walk out and just be like, I'm going to go get an agent today, and someone will come and sign you to the agency. Yeah. It's like, okay, well, does this agency have people in my event already? Cool. Is there now conflict of interest for them to sign me? Cool. Is this agency doing anything that I can't do on my own? Yes. Emailing people and etc. Yeah. Cool. Things like national governing body. Is there anyone who's on funding right now who looks like they could come off funding? That's a question you have to ask yourself. Yeah. Why me? Like, what is it about me that they should give? Am I running fast enough? If the answer is yes, now you got to look at something else. There's something else in your conduct that is not correct. Maybe you're not, I don't know, you don't play well with others, or like you're not very
marketable.
Yeah, maybe it's that. Maybe it's that you're not very marketable. You're just not very, like, people don't want to work with you, or people that you know what I mean. Yeah. Or like there's no out and out explicit reason for people to come and help you. Yeah. And something you have to look at and be like, all right, cool. Well, maybe there's things I need to change in my approach. Maybe there's things that I need to do better. But at the same time, it's just an inherent flaw within the sport, because we have everything in place for there to be a situation where everyone can eat, but they don't. Whoever it may be, the people at the top, people who can actually change things, don't want to change things because right now the current situation behooves them. So it's like, how can man have a league, but in every other sense of the word, if I say league in the NBA, you know what I mean by that. Yeah. There's X amount of teams, they all play each other. If I say the football league, the Premier League, you understand how the Premier League differs to the Championship, differs to League One. Yeah. And you understand that they're all different tiers of sport that can coexist, and everyone in those sports is not getting the same amount of money, but they're all getting money relative to their situation. Yeah. Bruv, how can there be a Diamond League that doesn't have a consistent amount of people, or even the same consistency of people? One person can run fast today, obviously Diamond Leagues today, whatever. Someone can run fast today in Lee Valley, someone can run 982. They'll be in a Diamond League next week. Yeah. If they go to that Diamond League and run 10-2, they probably won't be in the Diamond League again. How's your entry so
easy?
Easy, and so your exit so easy as well. Man, it can just pop up anywhere because it's like there's no structure to the thing.
That's simple, my friend. Easy come, easy go.
Easy come, easy go. Easy come, easy go. Obviously, that's how it goes, but it's like, it's mad. Even, especially now, it doesn't make any sense because you've now acknowledged that there are tiers to competition. You know, the new world ranking has come in and said that there's DL, there's the Worlds and Olympics that are one tier, then there's A, B, C, D, E, cool. So you've now made A, B, C, D, E, and F, whatever, but you're not putting on the A League or the B League or the C League and having athletes enter those tiers exclusively and let them compete against each other regularly because there's enough races for there to be. And if there's not, you can always put on more races. There's always weekends for you to put on races. But nah, it's not that. We have the Diamond League. We have that one thing.
Yeah.
So that's where it comes to, where a lot of people watching probably doesn't know how this works. And it's quite interesting to hear, you know, you run today, you're in the Diamond League. And then next time you run, you don't perform well or you're not marketable enough, you're dropped.
Yeah.
But then, where do you sponsor? If you don't have a sponsor, how do all the work as well? Because if you get dropped immediately from the next Diamond League, no sponsor's gonna touch you, is there?
It's things like that. It's like, it's weird, man. Athletics is just a weird nature. It's a weird environment because it's like, some people today are profiting or succeeding off things that they've done 5, 6, 7 years ago. There are some people who have done things 5, 6, 7 years ago who are not eating today. So it's like, where's this line that you're drawing? What's happening? That in there was a disconnect. Why is it one rule for one and not for the other? You know?
Likability and marketability.
Yeah.
If I don't even think marketability is a word, but it's a word
No,
today.
definitely a word. Definitely a word.
Definitely a word today.
And it's like, that's a shame because what message does that send to the kid that's like, you know, just wants to work hard? Some people, and in today's society, it's unfortunate, but you know, whether you like it or not, social media is here and it's here for the foreseeable future. So it would behoove you to work out, you know, your presence on social media, what you want to put out, how to be marketable. But that's not some people's bag. Some people are introverts. Some people are
Good evening, this is a staff announcement. Can Chris Ord please come to reception? That's Chris Ord. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
It's bare funny, man. That's Lee Valley for you, innit?
All of us were just like, okay, fine. So, as we were saying,
like that's not everyone's bag. Some people are quite introverted or they just don't like social media. Does that mean that they should be at disadvantage because they don't want to have this extra thing to their performance? What if they're just really, really good?
That's where it comes to, like, if you are the child, I know you're young, and you've told me you're not a child, so you're single, by the way. So if you are a kid, how would you?
Just saying.
Would you want to put them into athletics, or would you rather football? Like football, I mean, you could play League 2 and then probably better money than someone, you know,
100%.
I mean,
in the World Championship, you know.
100%.
League 2, you're probably still taking home like what, 4 or 5 grand a week.
Easy five grand a week.
Listen,
Easy 5 grand a week.
I went into one school, and I was talking to a kid and they saw the medals and they were like, oh my God, you must be a millionaire. I said, big man,
far from.
If you knew what I had for lunch yesterday, you wouldn't be asking me about millionaire.
Alright, I got a question for you then.
Ask away.
So, being that track and field is your livelihood,
Yes.
but it doesn't pay you the same amount that you're putting out, what gets you out of bed in the morning to come and go to work? Because effectively, when I go to work, I know I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
But for you, you're getting out, going to work, and you're almost unsure of when that next paycheck is coming in.
I'm definitely always unsure. But the reason why I personally am still here is 2 things. It's one thing that Andy said in your previous podcast, and it's one thing that's completely different to that. So like, when you know within yourself that you have something that you haven't got out yet, it would be a disservice to yourself to not get it out. So I know I can run fast. I know I can run really fast. Like, I'm not talking about doing anything like, it's not even about making this team or running this sponsorship or whatever. I just know that I can run fast. And when I do that, I'll have the peace within myself, like, okay, cool. We weren't crazy. We knew what we were doing. We knew that we had this time in us. We knew we had this ability in us, and we had to showcase it. Because, you know, it's my gift, and it's my gift that I have to share with the world and with whoever has believed in me up to this point. I kind of owe it to myself and them. I can't just turn around and be like, it's hard, no money, whatever. I'll make it work for as long as it needs to work for me to get what I need to get from this. And secondly, and probably more importantly, right now, this is still fun for me. This is still fun for me. Like, a lot of people will, they'll push this whole agenda of, you know, it's not about fun, it's about working hard, it's about being the best. And I hear that. If that's what drives you, then cool. All power to you. Like, that's amazing. I work best when I'm enjoying myself. I can't come and kill myself ever. Shout out Burna Boy. I can't come and kill myself especially for nothing in return, you know? So it's like, while this is still fun for me, while I'm still enjoying it, let me just keep doing this. At some point, if, you know, I stop enjoying this and I'm not getting money from it and it's becoming a detriment to my life, then I have to walk away. But I feel like anyone would do that in any situation. Like if you were in your job and you didn't like it, and it was giving you, I'm sure it's giving you money for you to live and whatever. Yeah. But there was an opportunity for you to do something that would give you maybe less money, but you would enjoy it.
150%.
Yeah.
I'm all for enjoying what you do.
100%.
Not staying just because it can take care of this. If you don't enjoy it, why are you doing it?
Exactly. And
to some extent.
I feel like all of us here listen to like music, like rap music and stuff. And something I noticed a couple of years ago is that like, you'll follow an act from the beginning and they'll rap about certain things or they'll sing about certain things, and then they'll reach a point in their career and they'll almost do like a 180 where it's like these things that I thought were important are not important. Like there was a Angie Martinez interview with J. Cole, and he was saying along the lines of, look, if you, like, I thought I was gonna make all this money and be happy. I made all this money, I wanted to make more. I thought I was gonna be happy if I got this car. I wanted a new one. I got this house, I wanted a new one. It's like at some point you just have to find the happiness in what you have. Yeah. Rather than keep searching for it in these like material things, or even not even material things, just anything that you have to continuously search for and, you know,
to always be something better.
Yeah. But if you don't know what makes you happy and what you even want yourself, you're going to be chasing this forever. Like, man could go and win the Olympics. Some people could go win the Olympics today and be like, no, I need to win it next year. What do you want? What do you want?
Some people are dreaming about even qualifying for it.
Right. And for some people, that is their moment. Like, look, I qualified for this. I'm an Olympian. Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. Some people, it's not even the Olympics. Some people, it's about, I ran this time. Some people, it's just like, I wasn't physically active and I'm able to now say that I am physically active. Yeah. The win is in me. Like, you know? So yeah, while this is still fun for me and I still have, you know, personal goals to get to, man's here.
I'm gonna leave the long-term goals for a little bit later. But I'm gonna ask the question based on like the whole mental side of things, where like, you know when training's going right, you know when training's going wrong. Yeah. Is there ever that crossover where you start to think, is it me versus is it the coach? What am I doing wrong? What is he or she doing wrong? Is it the medical team that are looking after me, such as, you know, like massage and just like making sure that your body's in check? Do you ever have those like battles with yourself?
Yeah, all the
and
time.
how have you overcome them?
All the time. It's a lot, man. Like, you have to remember, or I have to remember, I always try to remind myself, this situation that I'm in, it's not that anyone has forced me to be in the situation. I've put myself where I am. So I chose to be in this group. I chose to wake up this morning and come to training. I chose to, you know, be in this environment. At any point, I should be able to choose to be elsewhere, or I should be able to choose to edit my situation. I look at my coach, and it's a very interesting relationship with your coach, because it's not like a teacher where this person's job by force to educate you about certain things. You can't just get up and leave in school and say, I'm not coming back, I'm going somewhere else. Yeah. Well, I guess you can, but like, you shouldn't do that.
I mean, you can get up and leave, just you gotta come back.
You gotta come back, exactly.
Oh, you get fined, innit?
Exactly.
That's a new thing.
It gets a bit techie, and I wouldn't promote doing that. But furthermore, like, you as a student do not directly employ your teacher. This is just a teacher that school has given to you for this subject or for this period of your time. Cool. Yeah. I pay my coach coaching fee. So even though I'm his athlete, technically he is in my employ. Yeah. So if he's doing something that I don't particularly like or enjoy, I'm not saying that I can come and change everything like that, because I don't have the knowledge that I'm asking him to impart in me. But I should definitely be able to have a conversation about, hey, this and this isn't working. Why do you think it's not working that way? And I'll tell you why I think it's not working that way, and we need to come to a mutual agreement.
Okay, interesting. That's a good relationship to have.
It should be, and I think that all relationships should be like that. But a lot of people either don't have that relationship or don't aim to have that relationship. So it's like when things go wrong, it's like, it's you, and now it's all confrontational. But nothing good has ever come from confrontation, except for like, I don't know. I guess if you look at one side of the wars, then someone has to win, innit?
Someone's got to win.
Someone's got to win. But like in terms of just people relationships, like, you can't get anything. We can't both leave this amicably and happily.
Yeah.
If we go into it with conflict, so we have to.
And once you've had that conflict, there's no going back.
There's no going back.
It's literally find a new team.
You have
find
to.
a new squad.
And you got to ask yourself, are you prepared to do that? Am I prepared to go and find a new everything?
Yeah.
Right now, it might be a techie time in the year as well.
I think that's one of the hard part for like a lot of the younger athletes. You know, you get to that point where you believe your coach is not good enough for you in some ways.
Yeah.
There are levels to coaching.
Of course.
And you've been there, let's say 5 years.
Yeah.
How do you leave someone that you've been with for 5 years who would driven you to some events, you know, like babysit you in some ways, like for so long? How do you then go, you know what, I'm going to the next club next door?
And I'm going to add to that, because that was actually what was ticking over in my mind. So obviously when you started, you was with Eddie Stevens and
Kenneth Harris.
Sorry about Kenneth.
That's all
I'm
right.
sorry. I really hope you see this and know that it's coming from a genuine place.
Large up, Kenny.
And then you was with Jonas,
Yeah.
who is like one of the best coaches that the UK's ever seen.
Yes.
And of recent time as well.
Yeah.
And then you broke off from Jonas, and now you're with Ryan.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was anyone else in between, but
No.
okay, so you've had 3 coaches in
Let's call it 10 years.
10 years.
10 years,
Yeah. Like, why? What was the why of changing those? I understand college and stuff played a part in that, but you're employing your coach, so please inform us. Let me know.
So with Eddie, I'll use the same analogy as the employee. So with Eddie, at this point I wasn't paying for coaching. I was paying for the session, like, you know, £5 a session, whatever.
Yeah.
He just up and left for about, like, at the end of the year in 2012, 2013, one of those years. He just went on holiday and didn't come back. So if I have an employee and man's left and you didn't tell me where you're going and you don't come back, man can't keep paying you, or man can't keep you on the books. You know, we got to talk about something.
Placements, isn't it?
Man, we tried reaching out to him, didn't do it. So Jonas came out to approach me and he was like, yeah, so what do you have planned for training next year? I was like, yeah, I'll train with Eddie. He's like, Eddie's in Barbados. Eddie has not returned.
Has he returned yet?
I don't know. I mean, I swear to you, I don't know. Sometimes I see sightings of him, or someone be like, I saw him on Facebook. I don't know where he is.
I mean, I'm going to Barbados this year, so I can
Scope him.
He might all be coaching the national team. He just doesn't go to the meets.
He might be, you know. He actually might be a thing like that. Scope him out, please. But yeah, so Jones was like, I think you got something. Let's work together. I was like, cool. So that was when I went into, end of 2012. So I went into 2013, and I was doing my GCSEs, and I used to come after school to train with him. Just me and him would do sessions. And then on the weekends, I might train with like the olders. But we already knew about Jonas because he was working with Chichindu.
Yeah.
And Chichindu came from our group as well.
Yeah.
The Eddie Stevens super group. And he was working with him going into World Juniors in 2012. So we knew about Jonas and what he could do for athletes. So we were like, yeah, bun it. Cool, let's go. Leaving Jonas, it was like our timetables were very different. So I was at college in St. Albans. He wanted to train in the daytime at Lee Valley. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a means of getting to Lee Valley. And I was like, so he started off on the thing where it was like, okay, we're going to do sessions after, I'll come up to you after I'm here and we'll do stuff together. I was like, cool. And that worked sometimes and sometimes it didn't, like, you know, just logistical issues, innit?
Yeah,
so he was like, look, we can still keep trying to do this if you want, but Ryan is there.
Yeah.
He's a very good coach. He's got a good squad. How would you feel about going and training with Ryan.
Oh, so he suggested it.
Yeah.
That's great.
So he was like, I was like, I don't really know. Like, I don't know him like that. Obviously, he was cool and we were blessed or whatever. But I was like, I don't know him on that perspective of things. I don't know his athletes or like the way that they train.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what go on in it. And if I'm being honest, at the time, I had an air of arrogance to me, innit? So I was like, no, but like, you're the guy, innit? So why are you putting me with someone that's not the guy? Like, I don't want to be training with them, man. So I was like, cool. So the first session that I had with Ryan, I remember, I went to go train with him, but the people I wanted to train with were abroad. Not by any fault of his own. They were just abroad, innit?
Yeah.
So I'm coming to train and I'm getting frustrated, like, bro, there's no one even here to train with. He's like, all right, cool, let's come to the side. And he looked at me and he was like, I don't know what you do when you're with Jonas, but the shit you're doing right now, that don't fly with me. So that's one. Do that again, we'll fight. Not on a plating, we'll fight. And
I know a coach that's like that.
And I stepped back.
One or two.
And I was like, okay. So from then we had no issues. Cause I wasn't trying to get banged.
Yeah.
Like we've had like bits here and there where it's got techie, but like now it's just such a mutual respect for each other. Like I said, we talk about things now.
Yeah.
I don't have any arrogance in my group anymore. I'm always here to learn or here to help or try and do something. So yeah, now it's just I have an employee. I feel like he sees it's a good. He's gonna see me calling him an employee and start getting mad.
I mean, we're on thin ice here.
Yeah.
What about Big Brother?
You know what? He's like a father figure that I give money to.
Okay, there we go. We'll take that.
Say that.
I think Ryan will take that too.
Yeah. My guy. Yeah. So like we have a very calm relationship and it's all love. Like if I were to see Eddie right now, I wouldn't feel like, oh, you abandoned me, because like, you know, everything happened for a reason and I'm here now.
Yeah.
I see Jonas all the time. Whenever I see Jonas, I'm like, oh my guy, what are you saying? Oh, it's all love.
Yeah.
All the way through. So yeah, it's
that's nice. That's a very healthy relationship to have, which is so important in track and field.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that goes amiss with people where they don't think about the relationship between a coach and an athlete. Like it's sometimes the blame gets put on the athlete straight away. Sometimes it gets put on the coach, and
a lot of the time it's on the coach.
Yes,
no one ever
from the
looks
parents'
at
view.
the in between.
Of course,
sides. Being that, like, you know, running for Great Britain is it's an achievement to have, but it's so hard to get into because it's saturated with sprinters ranging from, we've got the recent sub 10 guys, and then we've got a lot of people like yourself in that 10-1, 10-0, 10-1, 10-2 region.
Yeah.
Have you ever had the thought of like switching allegiances? Is that a possibility for you?
It was.
And for who?
Ghana. So my family's from Ghana. If it was going to be that, I would have swapped to Ghana. One of my training partners right now, Sean, self-entry.
Yes.
He made his first team for Great Britain. He went to the World European Indoor Championships in 2015. Prague, whatever it was. The year after, he's like, yeah, boy, Ghana. Because you want to go to the Olympics, right? And so he went to the Olympics for Ghana. He went to Commonwealth. He's been to the Commonwealth for Ghana. He's been to World Indoors for Ghana. And it was definitely a thought that I had, because it's like, bro, this is hard. This is hard, and I'm making it harder than it needs to be. I think this is how I looked at it. I looked at it as like a cop-out. Like, my mentality was always, cool, I'm going to switch and go to Ghana. But if I'm not good enough to make the British team, I'm going to get winged out in the heats anyway. So what good would it do me being there just to say that I was there? Which is nice.
Understandable.
It's nice, but like,
I see where you're coming from.
I just wanted to, like I said, I'm ready with this handicap. I always feel like I'm handicapped anyway. So I was like, all right, cool, it's a disadvantage, but if I make this team this way, and we see it all the time, like in recent years, if a British person makes the British team in their event, especially in the sprints, they are most likely going to go and do well with the champs. Granted, you know, we have unforeseen events that happen. People might get edged out. Like Chichinu's been edged out of 2 championships in the last 2 years. Olympics, he came 9th, and World Champs, he was there or thereabouts. You know, we just saw Reece make the World Champs final in 2017. We've got Dina doing what Dina does. Mad things.
Dina's just destroying people.
But even the rest of the women are coming up behind her. You got like the Armanis, the Crystals, like the Ashleys that are now getting back into it. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah, shout out to Ashley because I see her drop a PB over the 200 the
Yeah,
other day.
nice.
So,
Yeah.
Ashley, trust me, we're seeing you and we're gonna be getting in touch with you very, very soon.
Do that. Obviously, I can't let them shout out Ashley, not shout out my driller. Jade Dilla, come on, Jody.
Alright,
But yes,
alright.
yes, like everyone's doing well. So it's like it's getting so competitive in house now
Yeah.
that it is just breeding this ridiculous pool of talent that we have in the country, and people should be confident now going to trials. Whereas a couple years ago, it might have been a wash, or like we kind of know who's gonna do what. Yeah. Now you got people like the last year's trials was nuts. Everyone on that final had run 10-0 at some point in their life.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
That's never happened before.
Not here, no.
Like, it's in this country, no. You got the one guy that's run 10-1, the one guy's run, two guys run 10-2, everyone else run a hodgepodge of times. It's whatever. But like year and year, like I was looking at on Power of 10, the years have just been trending faster and faster and faster.
Yeah.
And it's like beyond that, the people that are running the times are getting younger and younger and younger, which means they're just going to be in the sport for even longer. These people, the man are not going to evaporate when they run 10-0. They're going to be here.
I'm pretty sure our fastest guy at this point in time is not even 25. So
Oh, they're both 23. Reese and Zarnell, who both run 997 this year, both 23 years old. Behind them is 25-year-olds.
yeah.
There's a in the top 10, I believe, is like what 20, 23, 23, 25, 25, 22, no 23, 28 or 29, however old Harry is.
So we're looking at like minimum 10 years per person.
As we've seen with Harry, Harry's been out here since he was 18 years old and he's still here. It's 12 years tenure.
Harry's been doing his thing. I remember when I first saw Harry, and I hope you don't take this in no disrespect, but I could not like believe any person that tried to tell me that you were 14 years old. it weren't washing with me because you were a big guy. Still a big guy now, but
He's a big
I
man.
give you all the respect because you are one of the best athletes that we've ever had.
Man, that's that Ghanaian strength, man. That's bucket baths and fufu, bro. That's what we do.
Is Harry?
Yeah.
I thought he was Nigerian, man.
Nah. You might not taking that one. You're not gonna take yours. You got everyone else. Literally everyone else who's black, apart from Reese and Zarnell. Everyone else who's black in this country that sprints is Nigerian. Let us have Harry. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, you can have Harry. I mean, for the Caribbean side, we got Zarnell, we got Nefanil, we got
Reese.
Reese, we got Miguel.
Francis.
Who I've yet to see. So, but that's a new one because he's there, he's right there. So I'm really looking forward to the trials because I think the trials are going to be very, very deep.
Everyone that's seen him
This
run
year.
says he's a very special person. I haven't seen him run, so I can't speak on that. But I've seen it on YouTube and that. But they've seen him run it in real life, and they said, "Bruv, this guy is very special." So like I said, but even that, add that into the mix. All the other people that are coming, like, because people are doing this now more frequently.
Yeah.
People are, instead of switching away, people are switching towards Britain because things like
Yeah.
Olympics and them being from smaller islands and etc. etc.
Yeah, that's tough.
And people were slamming man for it a couple years ago. Oh, plastic Brits. Now they're loving it.
Yeah,
They're loving them, man.
I'm sure there was a few athletes that were kind of doing that as well.
course
but
they were.
You've benefited from it now.
Of course
so
they were. Cause when man are on your relay team, and you know what I mean.
You get a medal.
You know what I mean?
You ain't gonna be saying no plat. What you gonna do? You can turn around and say, "Oh, thank you, plastic Brit."
No, I'm not. And I'm happy about it now. But it's like in anything else. Like people are scared of what they don't understand. They don't. This isn't a robot that's been dropped from plastic brickland. This is a person who has a life and feelings and emotions and personality. And if you get to meet that person, you're not gonna be like, you shouldn't even be here on a Brexit thing. It's like, it's like, you're actually cool. You just happen to have been born somewhere else. You know.
I mean, you mentioned like training groups and stuff, and where you are now in your career. What do you prefer? Because you mentioned like working with Jonas, you was working with him like one-on-one, which I think is always beneficial when you're working with someone in track and field because there are some things where you just need that attention.
100%.
Do you prefer, and you also mentioned like having the super groups, and I know Eddie Stevens' group from way back when he had like Rion Samuel, William Ife. I don't even
These are all these
Right,
man, legends in the game.
So I know the group from those times where I should have to mention Mr. Infantino as well.
Oh, yeah, big 20.6 gods.
He was also from that same batch where that was like a young super group.
Yes.
There weren't many of those.
No.
Do you prefer like a super group like that? Or do you prefer something that's a bit more intimate? This question was actually brought to you by a bunch of athletes, because I posted up like that I'm going to interview you. Does anyone have any questions? And that was one of the ones that I kind of looked at and said, you know what, that's a good question. I'm going to take that one and bring that in.
Awesome.
So,
yeah. Firstly, thank you to anyone who asked that question, because like you said, it's a really good question. I think I prefer the super groups.
Okay.
And I think everyone should prefer the super groups. And I say that because there's, in my opinion anyway, obviously, yes, there are certain moments where you need it to be one-on-one. You need to have that very intimate exchange with your coach, and maybe work on things away from other people's eyes, in your, in yourself. Get that done first, and then you can go bring it out to the world. Cool. Yeah. But it's something that Andy touched on about him going to Loughborough and doing all of that. You do that because you need to be on your toes. You need to be on your toes.
Competitiveness.
You need to know that if you make a mistake, or if you're not on your A game or close to it, that has consequences. And you don't feel the consequences if you're training with people that are not beneath you, but like lesser in ability to you at the present moment in time, or if you're on your own. Everyone looks sexy when they run on their own. Everyone, I promise you. If you go and put a video on Instagram and you're running solo in slow motion, the man do
what, slow pro app? Yeah. Slow pro coach.
You know the ones that's in the bottom. It's got the watermark. Listen, am I paying for the app?
No, I'm paying for the app. I ain't trying to see. I ain't trying to see that little box in the corner. I'm trying to get this thing of me.
Of me, just me,
just me.
I'm saying, like, everyone looks good on their own, and it's like, you might, God forbid, you might get into a point where you start believing your own hype too much. You're like, raw, I'm actually really good, because you have nothing to, you have no reference.
Yeah.
Being in a group that I'm in right now, it's nuts. It's nuts. All the groups I've been in, like I said, they've all been nuts. I've either been running with people who are way faster than me and chasing them down. Running with people who are way faster than me and running away from them. So I remember there was a rep where it was me, Shishindu, and OJ. And we were upstairs, and we ran a 40, and Shishindu ran a 52 meters. And Jonas said, "Don't let him catch you." That's the only thing he said. He just said, "Don't let him catch you. Do whatever you have to do, but just don't let him catch you." Like, bruv, he's 10, 12 meters behind us. How's he gonna catch us? Fam, when I tell you, I got to 33 meters and man was going, this is nuts. How is man going past me? He's like 10 meters behind me. But it's things like that they keep you in check. Like, okay, cool. This is where I am. This is where I need to be. And beyond that, it's like you're now surrounded with people who understand the plight you're going through. They understand that, one day you might wake up and not be in the mood. And if these people are considerate, as you would hope your training opponents are, they might accommodate you a bit more. Like, oh, you know what, like, it's all right, man, you're good, it's cool. Like, look, you did this last week, man, you're still this guy. Like, sometimes you need to be reminded you're still you. And I don't think you can get that completely on your own. Granted, there are people who train on their own and they're running amazingly well. And that's because this, like you said, is a balance. You're not going to get everything you need from your group. That man can't run for you. End of the day, you need to know why you're here. You need to know what you're doing, and you need to be on yourself before anyone's on you. This is just like, it's like a fail safe. It keeps you in super check. Like, hey, make sure,
Because at the end of the day, you're going to be in the same competitions.
Of course.
You're fighting for the same 2 spots on that plane.
Sometimes you look at your boys here and you're like, you're actually my guy. But I have to slap you up. I have to. Because if you don't, like, you're not going into the race like, you win today, you take this one. I don't even want to be champion. That's all right, man. Bro, it's war, but it's not war. Like, it's fun, but it's war.
I mean, of course, it's gonna be war, because at the end of the day, whether it's your training partner or someone who's not your training partner, whoever gets that 1-2, that's your check that they're walking away with.
Exactly.
So even if it's your brethren, listen, if you take my check,
they ain't gonna split it.
I'm all thinking like, right, do I need to cut man's break so he don't go, and then I get that place because I was gone. Like, it's and I'm pretty certain like that is the thought process that some people have, like,
100%.
They probably won't do it.
No, but they've definitely had the thought.
That thought is there. It's very, very, like, visible to them.
It's one of those things you got to look at it like, because it's war and everyone understands that it's war. Like, the way I see it anyway, I don't have to talk about it being war. If you're not ready for the war, that's your business. But I am. I'm always ready for the war. So let's go. Because it's like that, in the moments where it's not directly war, we can actually be there for each other. Like, bro, I'm having a really bad day, bro. Oh, what's wrong? Bro, this start, I'm not getting it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, no, just do this or do that. Someone might see something that you can't even see within yourself. And the coach maybe doesn't see because he's looking at something else or because he's got such a big group.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, I tried that thing you told me to do, you know. That's live. I say for that, man. No problem.
So and I suppose that's the benefits and the differences with working with a massive group versus working with a more intimate group.
Yeah.
So for me, a massive group is anywhere over 10. Intimate is, I'm gonna say intimate group is like 5 and below.
Yeah.
Maybe 6 or 7. And there are those times where it's another athlete that's actually told you something to change, and you're like, you almost like, nah, you might be trying to mess me up. Like, I don't even know if I should take this advice. But then you start to realize that, well, these guys are doing the same thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
And our knowledge is pretty similar. So if they are telling me something, it's probably something that I haven't thought of, but they've seen, because I can't see myself.
Yeah.
Same way when coach is like, oh yeah, so-and-so get on the blocks. I'm standing there watching. So I'm going to be like, well, right, like, you know, your foot's kind of leaning to the side, you know, you might just want to pop it back this way. So
no, definitely.
It is always helpful.
Like, even to add on to that point, sometimes you watch someone do something, you're like, I want to do that. Granted, it might not be you. It might not be exactly what you need to do, because everyone's different. Everyone runs fast in different ways. But there might be something that they're doing that you can borrow or implement in your own life. So like, I'll watch videos. All these men that put videos on Instagram, safe, I'll watch your videos if you're fast. And I'm like, cool, I want to try that. Yeah. I want to try, because you run faster than I run. So you must be doing something in some way. Maybe you're better than me or stronger than me, whatever. But there's something you're doing that I'm not. So let me see if I can try this out, see how it feels for me. I might try out, it's dead. Can't do that, boy. If I try out and it's live, I'm keeping that.
Saying that, so obviously now you've got, obviously Instagram is such a like broad thing that this can be used for.
Yes.
And a lot of coaches are putting like small videos or big videos up.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of younger athletes that they see it, they don't really understand it, but they'll go and do it.
Yeah.
Now, where you said that you might see an athlete who's faster than you, stronger than you, do it. Do you go to a coach and be like, I don't know if you call it Ryan or coach. I've seen Simbine do this. Can we try this? Have you ever had to do that? And he's open to it, or is he more like I'm the coach, I know what I'm doing, I'm not trying to mess with someone else's work.
That's not what we're working on now. Yeah, I think.
Because there's all those different things as well, like time of the year and stuff.
Yeah, like, of course. Like, I wouldn't advise anyone to be deep into their season and start making big changes. That's not really the time to do that. We definitely had conversations like that, but it's more like, I'll come to him on a thing where it's like, why do we do what we do? Like, I just want to understand. Yeah. Because, and I feel like I have that right. If I'm, and like I said, if I'm employing you, or if we have this relationship, it shouldn't be I'm the coach, so this is what I say goes. That doesn't work. With some people that might work. That doesn't work with me. I can't have that. I need to know why. I'm intrigued. I'm not trying to challenge you and be like facetious or difficult. I just want to know why we do it. Because if it's a valid reason, cool, I'm for it. But you should be able to explain it, right? Yeah. So I'll be like, look. So there was a point in my life where I really wanted to do that toe drag thing that everyone does. I thought it was... I was not bring that up before. I thought it was... I saw a video of Asafa doing it. I said, this is the sexiest thing I've ever seen in my life, but I can't do it. Everyone else does it. I can't do it. So I was like, yo, Ryan, see this. Why can't I do that? He was like, you can do it. Go try it, innit? So I tried it. He was like, how'd that feel? I said, yeah, no, I feel sexy. I said, so you didn't feel like you were pulling yourself on the ground? I was like, no. He's like, so you didn't feel like you were over rotating at the... I said, no. He said, you didn't feel like, there was so much friction on your foot? I said, no, I felt great. I said, all right, cool. Go do a rep. I'll put it on timer. I said, cool. So I did it, put it on timer. I said, cool. Now do what you would normally do. Did that. It's like, Reuben, it's actually faster when you don't do that toe drag thing. Oh, it's funny. And it's like, it's that kind of... It's the freedom to explore and make mistakes and be like, all right, cool. I can tell you that it's wrong because X, Y, and Z, but some people might not take that in. So go feel it and go see for yourself that it's bad. Yeah. Then we don't have to have that conversation again. You're not going to see, I really want to do it. Bro, you understand it's not for you. Yeah. It's not for you. Because
there was, in my training group, there was 2 people. One of them does the shoulder drag, the other one doesn't. And, you can hear the sound of the shoulder drag. It's sick when it happens, isn't it? Man. And, they run about a similar time, nothing really changes, but one of them is generally quicker out the blocks anyway.
Yeah.
And it was when I brought the toe dragon. But then everyone else started to try it. Like I wanted to try it. Everyone wanted to try it. And it just didn't work.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just felt like you're going to stumble on the floor. Like, there's too much
100%.
friction. But the idea was for it to be just slightly off the floor.
Yeah.
But everyone ended up taking it.
Yeah, I mean,
Take that little.
It sounds sexy, man.
Sounds sick when you fly it off and you do it correctly.
I've had a few years where like I was toe dragging and the front of my spikes were gone.
Yeah. Finish.
Like
Your toes just.
I'm looking and thinking, rah, man just took £90 from mum.
Yeah.
To ruin these trainers to ruin these spikes within 6 months, and then I've got to go and ask her again
for another
£90. Nah,
Now you got to explain where
training
it came from.
spikes,
Where it came
competition
from.
spikes.
Yeah, man.
Hey, listen, you ain't an athlete if you ain't got 3 or 4 pairs of spikes.
Yeah, of course.
Like and especially like you get them ones where they're really battered, but they would have taken. They might just look in the box and be like, I feel like, should I bring them out? They ain't really the most practical thing because ankles and missing spikes, spikes that can't be taken out no more. But
It's a nub now. It's not even
it's literally just molded into the shoe.
nasty.
It's just a metal space. Like it's. Oh mate, track and field is so amazing. Like
a lot,
the amount of things you could go through in a training session alone is just great. What is your favorite session? Favorite drills?
My favorite session would be something like a competitive 90 or like a competitive, anything competitive to like 70, 80, 90. I love that because it's like it's short enough for it to not be mad taxing and it's just about explosion, but it's also long enough for it to be like, okay, you got out of the blocks, now what? Now what are you gonna do? My favorite drill. What you mean like when I'm warming up?
Yeah. So A skip, B skip,
You know what?
fast shuffle.
All of them things, they're cool, yeah. But the one that gets it for me, it's just a stride. It's a calm stride. Because you can do, obviously you do all these things to set you up neurologically and physiologically for the task at hand. But you know when you stride and you feel good. Like you know when it's going to be a good day. When everything's just moving well, you're like, fuck, like this. Like, ooh, they don't want to see me today.
You know what? I always found that when I was striding, I never felt good during the stride. It's when I'm trying to slow down, but the wind is still that's when I'm like, yo,
I must have been moving.
I'm moving like, oh, is that me?
Is that me?
The whole me today? Okay.
Come on, like
It's problems for you today.
listen, and that's another thing about being in a group. You can't smack talk no one when it's not on your own. I did a rep the other day. I said, hey, Sean. He's like, yo. I said, you don't want to see me on Saturday, man. He said, what do you mean? Like, you're not coming in? I said, no, I'm coming in, but you don't want to see me on Saturday. He said, bruv, what do you mean? Ryan was like, look, he's saying he's gonna whack you up on the reps, and he's like, is it? Come, let's go then.
I got a friend of mine. Shout out NSX Performance.
I see them on the gram and
yeah.
and
So that's
Great
one of my good friends.
Yeah,
Like, fantastic guy, amazing coach, hella knowledgeable. Scary. Now I haven't been training for a while, but he's been training. He's doing his thing.
Yes.
But no matter what, if I go to the track today, I'm on this like. If you don't bring your spikes, like your real spikes, I'm gonna blow you out today,
fam.
And literally, I could not train for 5 or 6 months on the track, but when I go down to the track, it's like an automatic thing. It just switches on where I just go overly competitive.
It's in the nature, man.
And I miss that like training group vibe. I do miss that, but there are times where I can only do the whole like train on my own because I can get things done.
Yes.
Yeah. But that fire with I'm gonna blow you out today if you don't turn it on. For me, that is always the one thing that would always keep me coming back. And that would be the thing that gets me out of the bed to go training.
Yeah.
So that fact that you have that and you're still just having fun,
telling you,
it's like, okay, so when he's not having fun no more and it's like, yo, I'm getting paid some money for this. It's peak.
It's peak.
But on money, like we've gone around this throughout this interview, but you're not working and you're not sponsored. Like, how do you get by? Like, because diet ain't cheap.
No.
Paying coach ain't cheap.
No.
Physio
ain't cheap.
No.
Kit.
transport.
Big man.
Big man.
You see that one? That one there. Woo!
Competition. I mean, it might be a little bit different.
No, it's not different. It's worse now.
Paying for competitions, it's all an expense. And if you're not if you don't have none of those niceties that other athletes have, how are you doing it?
Firstly, and before anything, my mum.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to her. She's like any parent, you want your kid to do what they want to do and do it best. Granted, she's also the situation that we're in, her being a single parent, there's not bare excess money for her to just be like, oh yeah, go do your running thing, your little side thing, whatever. Yeah. At some point there needs to be a return on investment, innit? Which she's seen. I guess I'm fortunate in that I've been able to do things in my career. I've gone to many competitions. I've got medals now, and so she's seen that I'm actually not lying. I'm actually good at this. So I guess that makes it easier to believe in me.
Yeah.
But yeah, aside from my mum and Inspire Through Sport, I might just pick up an odd job here and there. Someone might need certain help with it. Oh yeah, I'll help you out. Little £20 or whatever. Yeah, that's gonna pay for my race on the weekend. Or I'll do this. Oh yeah, man, that's gonna help me out with this, that, and the third. This year, I was very lucky because last year I went to the inaugural Athletics World Cup. Yeah. Which happened to have a big payout. So for most of that, I took most of that money and said, cool, I'm gonna invest that in myself in the terms of I'll buy all my kit when Black Friday comes, because I'm not an idiot. So I went to that Nike outlet store. I said, boy, we're gonna have a great time.
Edmonton.
No, they closed that one, the M1 in Enfield. They closed it. I went to the one in King's Cross, then I went to one in Hackney Downs. I said, because they have different things in it. Yeah. So I had to make sure that I got everything. You got to travel. Yeah. You got to travel, make sure. I was on my way home anyway, so I was like, that's cool. So I did that and got all my kit, and I was fortunate enough to be supported furthermore because of by an online retailer called Sports Shoes. Yeah. And that just came about because I was on Instagram and I saw someone was like, oh, happy to announce I'm a Sports Shoes ambassador. I was like, raw, man can do that. You can just be an ambassador for a thing and they give you raw. Cool. How do I get in contact with them? They must have an email. Cool. Go on the website. Go to contact us. See the email. Cool. I put together a professional email. I said, cool, this is what it is. I made myself an athletic CV so that they weren't just on, I could have been any guy in it. But I said, no, I'm someone. I'm done this. I had to bring my credentials in it. But yeah, things like that no one teaches you or no one tells you explicitly that you can do this for yourself. Obviously, it's a thought process that needs to be had. Yeah. And it's not the easiest route to go about things, but if you want something to work, you can find a way to make it work. Yeah. So yeah, things like that. I even I reached out to protein companies, supplement companies, and said, similar thing. Yeah. And some of them were one of them was very funny. They emailed me back and I'm like, yeah, so we're not trying to support any athletes at this time. I said, okay, that's cool, fair enough. I promise you, 40 minutes went by. They emailed me again. They're like, oh, actually, we just read your email and we read the attachment that you had. And we'd actually love to have an athlete like you. I said, big man, so you were ready to decline me. Didn't even read the thing I sent you.
They didn't read it. They just said, yeah, cool. We ain't gonna do it.
And I said, it's air, man. I don't even want your product anyway. So right. At that time I had sorted something else out, so I didn't require the services anymore. That's a better way to put it.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it's just things like that. You have to be very imaginative with your life and how you go about things. But
I guess you have to be out there as well.
Yeah.
You can't be an introvert. You can't just hide away and expect people to do something for you. Of course, your coach to help you out and get these things. You have to kind of take your own steps, I suppose as you have done, really.
Yeah. My coach, I'll give him his credit where credit is due. He will help me out where he can. He's always helped me out as far as my career's gone. At one point, I was sponsored by Adidas from 2015 to 2016. So that 2-year span, I was sponsored. But for whatever reason, they didn't want to keep me on. I said, cool, that's fine. I'll just do my thing anyway. So the year I lost my sponsorship, my PB was 10:30. The next year I ran 10:18. So I was like, haha.
I'm back.
I wasn't even I'm back. I was I never left. I'd never gone anywhere. But I saw the worth in myself. And sometimes people are not going to see the worth in you. And that's okay. It's not for everyone to see. Don't be disheartened. I don't want people to be disheartened if they're not on a deal or if they're not this or not that. But if you know what you're on, you know what you're on.
Saying, obviously, one of the things that we look at in track and field is who's sponsored, who's not.
Yeah.
A lot of traditionally, Nike and Adidas. If you were sponsored by them,
You were the guy.
You were that guy. New Balance.
Yeah.
Puma.
Yeah. Under Armour coming up.
Under
as well.
Armour also coming up. Having said that, there's also the British Athletics, where they have their part in funding athletes.
Yeah.
How far are we away from that? What's the requirements? Because it almost seems impossible to get onto if you've not done this.
Yes.
Like, so in terms of where you are, if we say that's Prem League and I don't know, League 1, League 2.
Yeah. Where am I?
Yeah.
I'll say like I'm a top team in the championship. That's
Okay.
what I would say. I don't know what people say about me, but I don't really care what people say about me. It's not their business.
Yeah.
I would say like I'm not one of the top teams in the championship. In that I'm very clearly not bad at this sport. Like I'm not rubbish.
10-1, 6-6.
10-1, 6-6, Commonwealth gold, European under 23 silver. You know, we slight. You know, it's whatever. But like I'm very clearly ability wise good enough to do certain things. Granted, do I have the consistency yet? No. Do I expect myself to be in that position? No. I need to do certain things now from this point to press on. Like running 10-1 once is nice. Running 10-1 consistently is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Running 10-1 and 10-2 is nice, but I ran them both on the same day. It was only till this year that I ran a 10-2 that's somewhere else that wasn't on that same day.
Yeah.
So it's like people do this thing a lot where they're like, oh, but I've done this, man. Why do I not have this? Sometimes that's not enough, unfortunately. And it's a hard reality to face, but hey, that's life, you know? Sometimes you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, what am I not doing or what have I not done?
Yeah.
I genuinely don't think I deserve to be on funding right now.
Okay.
Because what have I done? I'm out here running like 10 threes, 10 fours, sometimes run a 10-2, all of that kind of thing. When I get the consistency, it's a whole different argument. Because then you go into those kind of situations and say, okay, cool. I've done this.
Yeah.
The people that you're paying have done this. These two are not dissimilar. In fact, one might even be better than the other.
Yeah.
So how can you now justify that? But you see, right now, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'll walk into that meeting and be like, oh, I've done this. I'll be like, big man, leave, bro. What you did? What you did? Do you see who we have here? Do you see?
Try to come up in the office with a Conor McGregor walk and then
They'll be like, big man, it's not that. I'm so sorry. It's not that. They might not even say sorry. They might just tell me to leave.
leave.
Just get out. But like,
Leave.
but it's a double-edged sword because on the one hand, yes, it's that like I'm not in that position, but on the other hand, bruv, look at where I am. Look at what I've done. And people think often that you need to have certain things in order to do certain things.
Yeah.
I would love to be the guy that comes through and says, bro, you don't need any of it. You just need to run fast. You just need to love yourself, believe in your coaching, work hard, enjoy the sport, and this can happen. Because it's like a similar conversation to what we were saying earlier. When people make music, you might have a little SoundCloud song or something. Boom, your song gets a bit of traction. Now you get signed, you get a big deal, big boy deal, all of this. Oh yeah, lovely. You can't back up what you've done to get signed, so you run out your deal, you get dropped. You can still make good music. You can still do it. We've seen all these people
so
now.
Much more.
It's effort. It's harder, but it's still possible. We've seen all these people now. Look at Stormzy. Look at Dave. These men are not signed. They might have connections that they're leveraging, and that's a completely different thing altogether. But like, they're not signed to anyone. They're just doing things in-house with their own people. I'm not saying you could do that in track and field. Maybe you can. You probably can. It's just a lot harder than it needs to be, but it's possible.
Yeah.
So everything I'm like, look, I'm not with British Athletics. I'm not signed. I'm not this. I'm not that. Whatever. But I've run 10-1. I got Commonwealth gold. You telling me there's someone sitting there that wouldn't want that?
I mean, 10-1.
I'm saying.
I'm walking around like I own the place. I don't business. There's no one can tell me that. Like I've run 10-1. Like, that's.
Can't walk around Lee Valley like that. Man never run 9-9. They don't say 9. They don't say nothing.
Yeah, but it's me.
That's what I'm saying.
It's me.
It's not about anyone else. It's about you.
And as far as I'm concerned, back in the day, medals were 1 in 10-1. So ain't no.
Of course.
It can happen at any time. You kind of answered a question I wanted to ask you, which was, what would you tell your past self?
Yeah.
Like, if you could go back in time now, and then you speak to yourself that's just starting out, what would you tell them? But you kind of answered it already by saying like, you don't need all of this.
Yeah.
What social media shows you,
Yeah.
you don't need that to
100%.
get to where you need to go.
100%.
But is there anything else you would like to add to that?
Yeah, I will add. Well, there are two things. I would add. Firstly, it's all right to cry. I think when I was growing up, because like just the way that things happened in my life, like So my mum, God bless her, she lost her dad, then she lost her brother, or other way around. I can't remember which one happened, and then she lost my dad. Yeah, like in the space of a very short time, maybe a couple of years. So when my dad died, and she told us, it was me, my older sister, my auntie, and her in the room. Yeah, she told me. She told us, and she's crying, my auntie's crying, my sister's crying. I'm just looking like, raw. Someone in this room needs to not be crying, but I'm used to it being you. So if it needs to be someone, and it needs to be me, then boy, I'll take it, innit? So from there, it was a very emotionally stilted journey for me, where it's like, raw, men don't cry, what? You dumb. Let that man cry, innit? And no one taught me otherwise, innit? So it was like, whenever I had emotions, I didn't deal with them properly. I would bottle it up and then take it out on someone who didn't deserve for it to be taken out on. There was a time.
Let me see where this is going.
There was a time where it was before a competition, and I was in a relationship with someone who's an athlete, and we were at a hotel in separate rooms. Obviously, like man's competing in serious mode, innit? I can't be sharing a room with your girl. Competition. I mean, I've done it in the past, and I definitely ran poorly. So you know, we live and we learn, innit?
You know, I've had talks on this subject many a time about how that may or may not affect performance, but I think we'll leave that off the podcast for today. We can have that conversation later.
When the man then watch this, they'll know what I'm talking about. I know you're watching this and say, Reuben, you're dumb. You're gonna get in trouble. I know I am, but I can't help it. Oh God, let me get some water, man. Tight.
Take away, man.
Anyway, there was a time where we were at a competition, and it was on the 10th. Woo! I think I'm good now.
That is your mum at home. Listen and say, be very careful what you say right now.
100%. It was on the competition happened to fall on the 10-year anniversary of my dad's death.
Okay.
And I was rattled. I didn't know how to process it, but I didn't think about it. And then we were in my hotel room just talking, and we were just talking about something. I just started crying. And I looked at her through my teared eyes.
Yeah.
And she was like, she didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know how to deal with it. I was just crying in her presence. And I was like, bro, that's like, after thinking about it, I was like, that's not fair on her to put that on her emotionally, put that on anyone emotionally. But I didn't know how to process my emotions at the time. So I was just there. Literally, I cried. I was like, yeah, I think you should go to your room now. And she was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, I'll be all right, man. She's like, Reuben, I've never seen you cry before, and now you're crying. I was like, yeah, but you know, I'll be all right, innit? So like my journey from that point, and from obviously the actual event itself to now, like I'll tell man, like, yo, I don't feel happy today. I'm not happy today. But it used to be a thing where man would be like, Reuben, you're right, yeah, I'm cool, man. All the time. The time. Oh yeah, I can't complain. Man would be like, what do you mean can't complain? Tell me how you feel. Someone said to me one time, look, Reuben, we feel like we spent all this time with you, we know nothing about you. I was like, yeah, man, you know, just keep on a need to know.
That's how it is.
Yeah. Like literally, like,
so very guarded.
Very extremely guarded, to the point where like my boys, the man them, like people who like I could happily tell them anything that has happened in my life. They didn't know things, and they were like, Robert, why didn't you just tell us? I'll be like times like, oh, Reuben, man. I'll be like to them, yeah. In hindsight, I'll tell them like retrospectively, oh yeah, like a year ago, I was on my face. I had no money. I was coming to training. I didn't know how to get to training. I was like bumping trains. I was doing this, I was doing that. I had to sell this and that to get this and do that. Like, not drugs or anything. I had to sell like headphones. I went to CEX.
Trading market. Wait, I can give you £50 for it. 50?
Listen, I had Beats Solo Freeze, wireless thing. I said, cool, these are worth £220. Let me go to CX, see what they give me. Mum was like, boss man, I give you £40. I said, oh my God, £40. I looked at him and said, no, I'm going to sell it somewhere else. I said, look, I promise you, you will not get a higher resale than this. I said, I promise you I will. He went somewhere else. I said, look, they just told me £40. What can you do for me? He's like, look, I'm not going to lie, £40 is a bit generous. I would have given you 38. I said, wow, I'm going to go back and get my £40.
But for Solo Freeze wireless.
Fam, I was livid, but I needed the money. I told them, I told the man them, and they were like, but Reuben, you could have just asked us for help, like if you needed it. And I was like,
pride though.
It's pride, and it's like I didn't. honestly, I didn't know that was an option. I didn't know you could do that. Like, I didn't know you could actually tell people like, raw, I'm vulnerable and I'm in a bad place. Can you help me out? I was so used to like not wanting to bother people with my issues that I just kept it to myself. But yeah, I definitely tell myself, I was like, you're allowed to cry, you know? Because I swear, there's times where I was like 10, 11, 12, things were happening. I was like, bruv, I need to cry, but I had to hold it in.
Like right now, I feel like I'm talking to myself.
Fam.
Like he said, guys, trust me, if you need to cry, it is okay. Ain't no one gonna think any different of you. Fam. Trust me. That is such a topic that I would love to cover on something else. Yeah. But I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna ask this question because I've been kind of thinking about it. Yeah. Obviously, you lost your dad so young, and obviously 10-year anniversary. You've had an anniversary each year. Yeah. But why was the 10th one so significant, and has it bothered you like throughout your childhood, like growing up? And obviously you're a young adult now, but in comparison to 10th year to now, do you still have the same kind of issues, or is it different?
You know what, yeah? I be mad fake sometimes, man. Like, not now, obviously. Like, everything I said to you, I mean it and it's genuine. But like, when I was growing up, it wasn't even a thing that I thought about. It was like, well, mum's here. We move. Obviously, sometimes you get sad. Oh, no, I wish I had a dad. Oh, no one to play catch with. Or one of them kind of things. Yeah. But like, the 10th year, it was weird because it's like I built myself up into this place where it was just poetic justice. Like, I was like, okay, cool. It's been 10 years since your dad's gone away. The Olympics is this year. It's 2016. The Olympics is this year. How lovely would it be as a tribute to him to go out there and go to the Olympics as a 19-year-old or however old I was, and be like, "Bro, I did this for you, like for you." So when I wasn't having the best of seasons anyway, and at that point I was even injured when I went to the championships I went to, and I was just like, it's just not coming together. But it's like that at that point, it was like I was doing him a disservice. Like, raw, you couldn't even do this for me. Like, raw, you couldn't even get it together for me on the 10th year. Oh, raw, Reuben, what are you doing? So it was like, oh man, these times no one's asked me to do this. No one's asked me to put this on myself. I just put it on myself. So I was like, yeah, it was very emotional. But now I have blips. I have moments where it's like, So my PB, the personal 1018, I ran that on my dad's anniversary 2 years ago. Sick. So I was like, cool, whatever, let's go. Like, that one, that's for you. That's for you. That's for mum. That's for my sister, my other sister, my brother, everyone. Like, that's for the man them. That's ours. Like, we got that. And then like the year after, I remember I was out with my girlfriend at the time, and we went to go watch Creed 2. Sick. Now, the Creed films in themselves are really good films. I love them. But like, I am a black person that has lost their dad, who does sport, who really wants to do well. Adonis Creed is a black person who has lost his dad, that does sport, that wants to do well. The first time I watched the first Creed, when he got knocked out and he had the flashback of his dad, cried instantly, boom, tears, wow. I said, raw. So I told the girl that I was with, like, so when I watched the first one, I cried. She's like, I didn't see the first one. I said, oh, that's all right, it's a good film. You can still watch the second one and understand what's going on. Yeah, cool. There's a point in the second film where man is he's fighting, spoilers. Bolo. Bolo man. He's fighting Bolo man, isn't it? Drago's son. And he's just waxing him like, bow, 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 bow. And it was such a like cathartic moment for me in the cinema, in front, just boom, bam, started crying. So I'm crying, but I'm not crying like super quietly. So you know when you cry,
and because the cinema's quiet, everyone can hear you.
I'll be doing so my girl's looking over me and she's like, what's going? Oh, you're good, you're right. These times I walked out of the cinema now. Good. Fam, I walked out of the cinema and I was like, I don't want to talk about it.
Absolutely fine.
She was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Like, just let me cry and then I'll move on. I'll be all right. I just need to get this cry out. So we're sitting in Nando's and she's just looking at me, Perry Flamer in front of the thing, and I'm just there like literally. Alright, bunny man, I'm good. Yo, so what? Flipping, yeah, wings in it, yeah. Like, and it was the strangest thing. And like, I didn't even get to apologize to her about that. I don't think I apologized to her. Sorry. Sorry for doing that. That's a really awkward thing to put you in. I hope you forgive me for that. But yeah, so like, I have blips, but now because I'm not scared to be open about things. Yeah. So I'll tell people like, yo, today isn't really a good day for me, man. Like, you know, it's the anniversary of my dad's, like, whatever. And I share it with people beyond even my inner circle. So this year I tweeted, the video of the race from 2 years ago. I said, look, today is my dad's anniversary. It's a very special day for me. This PB is really important to me. This is the race, obviously. It meant a lot for me on the day, as you can see, because I ran the PB. I didn't know. I lost to OJ. I was kind of pissed I lost to him at that time, innit?
Yeah.
Obviously, I was happy for him. And I was like, shit, I could have beat him, man.
Yeah.
Whatever. So he's run, the clock's up to 10:14. Everyone's like, oh, 10:14 is an amazing time. Woo! It gets rounded down to 10:12, which is the world champ standard.
Yeah.
So everyone in Bedford's gone mad. Oh my God, he ran the standard. Woo! And it was nuts because I think Daryl just did the same thing, like won the standard at Bedford. So everyone's like, oh my God, the group is so sick. Man, them are hard. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm clapping for them. I'm like, yo, like, well done, man. Because these are my friends. Like, these are people that I know, I grew up with. And then the announcer goes, oh, and we just got Reuben Arthur's time in second, 10.18. And I dropped on the floor. I said, bruv. I knew something was going to happen today. I don't know what it was, but I knew something good was going to come today. So I PB'd in the semi-final around 10:20. And around 10:18 in the final. I just dropped on the floor. And I just put my hand on my face. I said, thank you, man. Thank you.
I mean, at that point, like, obviously you've crossed the line. 10:12 to 10:18.
Yeah.
That's not far.
Big man, I was winning. I don't care what anyone says. I was winning most of the race. You know what? These two people, they come and do this last 5 meter thing. I said, bro.
He outstratted you.
Yeah.
So
credit to him, innit? Like, obviously, shout out him. He's sick at what he does. But
Like
yeah,
OJ.
like, you must have known or had an inkling that you'd run very fast.
yeah,
Being that close. You see the time flash up on the screen.
yeah.
Like, 10:14. I'm this close. PB. One of those ones.
Yeah.
And 10:18 and on slouch time.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Like, you're there.
Yeah.
You're basically there. I mean, what's the power of 10?
10-10 now. Yeah, so it's not too far.
we're still
Not too
there.
far at all. Yeah, it's still there.
Minus 8. We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good. All right. Long-term goals. We've got 2019. We're in that season.
Yeah.
I mean,
Next year.
Next year.
Yep.
It's Tokyo.
Of course.
And then we got smother of other
Bare
championships
things.
coming up.
This is probably the best 4-year run I've seen in a long time.
What are you looking at? Because obviously, it's make the team is the big one.
Yeah.
But any small personal track goals?
I think my personal goals are my long-term goals, so it's kind of like it all coincides.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run sub 10. I'm gonna make an Olympic team, and I'll get another international medal. I don't know where that's gonna come from. I don't really mind. It's cool. My whole vibe initially was like, rah, I want to be able to have something that I can give to my kids.
Yeah.
I don't know how many kids I want to have in it, so obviously I can't give one of them a Commonwealth medal and another one gets nothing. Like, you know what I mean? So I got to make sure that I accommodate the amount of kids that I'm planning to have, just so that they can be like, raw, my dad did this. My dad did this for the country. He did this for himself and whatever. But yeah, and I don't think anyone I'm from Dalston. I live on the border of Hackney and Islington.
Okay.
I'm not sure if anyone from either of those boroughs who's actually from those boroughs has run sub 10. That's something mad to bring back to the end.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this boy grew up in our conditions. The environment that we have around us, Hackney especially is not the nicest of areas.
Yeah.
To live in and to grow up in as a child. But he made it out and did this.
Fairy tale.
Yeah. Very much fairy tale for a little young black boy.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. I don't want to make it about race, but we have a lot of good people in the communities around us who are whites.
Yeah.
That is almost a given sometimes. Like, oh yeah, of course. Like my local MP is Jeremy Corbyn. You know what I mean? Like, man is out here, toppest of top in his field. But we don't always have very many positive black role models. So if I can be that, not only for obviously the people in my area, people from my country, people from this, whatever, but just for whoever needs it.
Yeah.
Just for whoever needs it. I just want to be able to be like, cool. He didn't have any mad advantages in life. He had some setbacks, but he was able to do this. I'll be so happy with that. It's not even about being Olympic champion or this is that. Like, I want to say something that's maybe a little bit controversial, but everyone goes into this sport and says, I want to be an Olympic champion. But everyone at some point comes out of this sport and not everyone's an Olympic champion. So who is it that we should really look at? The person that aims for the stars and falls in the clouds, or the person that aims for the clouds and gets it. Like, I'm just okay being here. I just want to be here. And if I say I want to be here and I get here, hey, you can't tell me I should have gone there. This is where I wanted to be. This is where I wanted to be. And granted, if you want to be Olympic champion, of course, work hard, eat your greens, you know?
It's like the last 8 years. Imagine those athletes that were lining up with both.
This is what I'm saying.
Imagine being any of those athletes. You know,
it's tough.
It's one of those things where you can
it's like, hey,
think about it, like, done everything you can.
And man's just been out here annoying you for 8 years. Can't get rid of him.
So, I mean, I've enjoyed this interview.
Yeah,
like,
so
I told you we're gonna have fun.
This is great. I can't wait for part 2. Part 2 might have to be off screen. I'm not gonna lie.
Calm.
Some quick fire questions.
Yep, cool.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Really?
Happy days.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Alright, I'm gonna take that. But Flash should just move over to.
Yeah. Flash. Listen,
If we could take Flash, I'm all good.
there's some DC people that I rate, and I just like there's some I just don't.
Who?
That I rate in DC.
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah.
Martian Manhunter.
Okay, I'll take that.
Obviously Flash.
Yeah.
Bear Dons and Young Blue Beetle.
I'll take that.
Shazam. Not the new thing.
No.
Shazam.
No, the new team.
Shazam.
Animated Shazam. I'm cool with that one.
Okay.
Black Adam and them, man. Cool. Who else am I rating in DC? Nightwing.
Joker.
Yeah, but obviously, one of the best villains of all time. Joker, Bane, all the Batman villains. Well, not all of them. I'm not feeling like Mr. Freeze and them. But yeah.
Alright. Chicken or lamb?
Chicken.
Okay.
I can see how people could go lamb though.
Fish or steak?
Fish.
Nike, Adidas.
Nike.
New Balance or Under Armour?
New Balance.
R&B, hip hop.
Ooh, depends where you catch me.
Alright, let's say 90s, early 2000 R&B or post 2010 R&B.
90s R&B.
90s R&B.
Yeah.
Alright, 2000s hip hop versus hip hop now.
This is hard, man. 2000s hip hop. I think 2000s hip hop.
Okay,
Just off the strength of like Jay, Nas, the man. My favorite.
grime, trap, drill.
In order. Now, today. Alright, if it's today, drill, grime, trap. If it's like 5 years ago, grime, drill, trap. I don't really like trap music.
Okay,
But
fair enough.
I'm really feeling drill right now, and I'm grime back in the day. Oh, God.
Grime artist, favorite. UK and wherever else you want to pick from.
Grime?
Yeah.
It's just UK, isn't it?
Nah, I mean, you got a few.
Some Spanish ones.
Oh,
Spanish ones go.
Listen, I'll tell you what, and this is not even in that category. French bashment.
Listen,
is
French anything, French anything. Oh my God, them man are hard. French rap, French R&B, French.
I
them man
played
are-
out in Paris in February, and it's the first. Like, I knew French bashment existed,
Yeah.
but it was the first time I experienced it
It's a way.
in a French country. When I tell you, I spoke to the DJ. I was like, "Fam, I don't. The language barrier here is hard.
All the
but
songs, all of them.
this folder, my hard drive,
All
I
of
need
it,
that.
all of
I
it.
need it. But
What favorite grime artist? Gotta go JME, man.
Jamie,
96 Bars of Revenge made my whole
Hey.
secondary school experience. Loved it.
that whole Boy Better Know album.
Mate.
That whole Boy Better Know album.
Mate.
I'm taking that.
Beautiful, beautiful. Man.
And last things that stand out to you the most, things that mean the most to you.
My family, first off the rip. Good lyricism means a lot to me. People are funny. Nice people. I feel like we don't give nice people enough credit. Like people who are genuinely pleasant to be around, and just good people. People that like to be different as well. I like people that like to be different, not by force. Like we can tell if you're forcing it. If you just be yourself and you happen to be different, that's beautiful. Girls.
I mean,
I really appreciate women. Like all of you lot are queens. All of you.
I appreciate women. I appreciate women as a whole.
I mean, I appreciate the man them too, but you know, it's a different kind of appreciation. I don't feel like anyone's being segregated. You know what I'm saying?
Man them.
I'm very aware. It's 2019, isn't it?
Man them is.
Of course.
Ladies is. Right. I am DJ Armani, Reuben Offer.
Victor.
Listen, this has been amazing. Thank you for coming down. Inspired Through Sports. Thank you for making this happen. We are Flex Productionz, and we are out.
It was quite tough, to be honest. I mean, but that's what is expected. I mean, they got the best youths in the world, even competing at one competition. So yeah, it was tough, but.